So we'll start. That'll be on a separate one. That'll be a outtake. So we are recording. Starting over. Let's see. And then you guys aren't getting any of the little. Hopefully the sound should be silenced on Discord, so you're not getting y'all's updates from Discord, are you? Okay. I don't think we've heard any of that. You can hear
You want to go
music.
ahead and restate what this role is about?
Oh, this role is to persuade Baraclon. You guys wanted him to come with you, correct? Is that still the case?
Oh, he's
On the
coming with us.
um, and so this is. I was just stating that he feels a little apprehensive about going on another journey. Like he was persuaded to the understanding of his renewed purpose in being a hero, but he also knows he can be a hero to his people here in Meletis. Right, the world is kind of falling apart. People are still rebuilding. There's still wild monsters around these lands, and so he's not as inclined to just jump on a ship and go off with you all. And so we'll have the persuasive Fitz. And why don't you tell me what you might tell him before you make the roll?
I would just say, you've been in Meletis for how long? You know this place. You know that there's dependable people here who can take care of things on the home front. But you're an adventurer. When's the last time you got to sail through the diamond sky with a bunch of other really badass heroes and save the frickin' world? How does that not call to your adventurous spirit? Don't you just want to see? Aren't you just a little bit curious?
You can see your words, like the silvery tongue of Fitz. Her words kind of like getting into his head. Go ahead and make me a persuasion check. And Fitz, you need to beat a 22.
I rolled a 15, but I have a plus 14 to persuasion.
Okay.
I believe that's 29.
Yeah. And so he kind of goes, man, you talk a good game. Yes, I'll join you, at least for now, for this adventure to save these people. I will admit I don't know my way around a ship, especially one that sails through the stars.
Oh, me either.
But I'll help where I can. And so
let's go.
With this newfound sense of purpose, Baraclon jumps on the ship, and that's kind of going back because we ended our last session with you all rocketing off to the stars. So, when we pick up today's session, he will, of course, is on the ship along with the other 13 other crew members, including yourselves, the other Akroan soldiers that work for you or work with you.
Were there always 13?
I think it was always 13. And that's what my notes say. You thought there was only like a 2 or like?
No, I thought there was like 15.
There was only 2 that had 15. Did I say 15? 15. I'm gonna say maybe.
We'll go. Hey,
let's go with 13. Yeah, but, I'll go back and check. It doesn't. If there's a couple others.
I asked for a certain amount to handle a certain amount of weapons. I don't remember what that was.
Okay. Yeah, if it's 15, it's 15. 2 more is not gonna change the game too much. But for some reason, I kept going back to 13. So, all right. Let's see. So, I will go ahead and start our session. And if we're all ready,
I'm ready.
Let me see here. Change our music. So we are recording. So welcome back to our THEROS game, the Odyssey of the Bronze Bullies. Let's jump in and see how the Bronze Bullies fare tonight as they go to save Akros. Let me see. All right. Can you hear that fan? Is there like a background noise on my end? No?
I don't really hear anything.
Okay, just making sure. I was making sure that like that fan wasn't being like annoying. I have a fan in the background. Okay.
What is the name of the person who I just solidly convinced to come with us?
Yes, Baraclan. It's spelled Bera clan, Clan. And yes,
Thank you.
he's kind of like your typical, kind of like kind of a strong man, right? Like that is his strength that was given to him by Iroas, by the gods. And so all right. The experience of departing from a world's atmosphere and launching into the vast expanse of the Nyx is a mixture of exhilaration and stomach churning uneasiness. However, as soon as the spacecraft breaches the open space, a serene and tranquil environment envelops you, and the sights of gaseous like clouds and these different constellations as they drift by, these fragments within the nebula, there are this constant source of fascination and wonder for you and your crew. And over the past 4 days, the journey through the stars has been kind of had you fraught with tension and apprehension, and because you've been constantly casting that message spell to Artemisia and Tyrannica, but they've been able to at least keep you keep you all informed on the state of the Akroan people. What they've told you so far is that the black hole looms ominously on the horizon, and the Earth continues to tremble with increasing intensity. Mount Velus has vanished into darkness, and the city has been abandoned. Every able-bodied Akroan has taken up their arms to protect the weak and the injured, and while the populace has begun this perilous journey within this caravan that's estimated over about 10,000 of them strong towards the desolate shores of what's left of Akros. There, they will await your arrival, the arrival of their Meletian, saviors. And through her attunement, Delphine on the Ark. Delphine was she is the head of the Thermitage unit of the group. She is at the helm of that great Ark of the Archons. She's managed to unlock a powerful spell known as Project Image on each of the ships. So this is enabling all allied captains aboard every ship to including the Hammerhead, to be able to communicate with one another as if they're on the same location, or basically to have the captains or basically you be able to see her standing in your presence. And you've been using this to have meetings as you journey through the stars. Now, Delphine and her fellow mages have a rudimentary understanding of the Archon language, which has opened up some new realms of wonder on the Ark. And with this newfound knowledge, she has gifted the Bronze Bullies this portable device, a wondrous device called the Wild Space Orrery. And this gives you the ability to automatically track the positions and the movements of all the celestial bodies within the world you're in, including suns, planets, moons, comets within the system. And so it kind of projects this like stunning display of arcane light, almost what we would call a hologram, but using arcane magic for you to be able to see the systems. So you can kind of even like see your journey on the way to Akros, and you can see that Akros has drifted very close to the center of your world. It's clearly butting right up against the darkness of that void. And in addition, during this time, you and your fellow travelers, you just kind of gained valuable insights into the Helms and the Archons. Who are these celestial beings who came to this world riding ships and winged beasts? But most surprising of all this wonder is to know that there are multiple worlds beyond THEROS. And so we will share our opening credits for this evening. We get into it. let's jump right back into where we are today. We're coming up on we're at the tail end of the third day here in space. There's only one more day of travel, and you all are gathered in the helm room of your own hammerhead. And there you see the fluttering arcanic image of Delphine standing amongst you, the orrery creating the planets in front of her. As you all kind of pace around it, she explains, Bronze Bullies, I appreciate your report on the status of the Akroans. Our mission is to save as many lives as possible, and we are committed to that goal. The 12 leaders of Meletian are currently discussing the best course of action for the refugees and the impact it will have on the Meletian society. However, we will leave politics to politicians, and today we will focus solely on one thing, the survival of the people, all people of THEROS. But in the meantime, I have been studying the potential threat of this, that the Eye of Doom may pose. And she kind of waves her hand in this somatic movement, almost as like touching the expanding the system that the orrery displays, and she pulls, like almost like she's zooming out, and you see like multiple bubbles, and you realize that all of Nyx, what we call Nyx space, as she calls it, is in that one bubble that is all of THEROS. But she shows you that there is a constellation, and all the other bubbles, they seem to have constellations of their own floating around. They all appear to be trillions of miles in distance from each other. But there is one that is right next to Nyx space. And that one, and not to be confused by when you go on Legend Keeper, I know that the map that we have says Doom Space. That Doom Space is actually representative of the Nyx space. The Eye, there's another ball. It is butting up next to, and in that one she calls it, according to the Archons, is the Doom Space. But unlike the others, it is black. You cannot see what is in there. You can't see any constellations floating around. It is just darkness. She says, I think this Doom Space lies beyond the void. But alas, the device cannot disclose what's in store. Nonetheless, activating the helm, we've seen there are bas reliefs throughout the ship, and they've been able to shed some light on the lore behind maybe what this ark was used for. And she goes on to read another odyssey, another lyric, a poem that I will put also in chat so you have it. But as she reads it, she says, Agnomikos sees true. We are the beings of light, a chosen few, left our lands to be near the divine on the astral plane where our eternity will shine. We don't age nor need to eat or drink. Our power immense, our wills unshrink. Our ancestors died, but we kept the flame. Our gods may have faded, but will bear the name. Our citadel stands where a petrified god fell. We are not dead, and to Agnomikos he did tell of a new world and a path we must tread. We'll fulfill his desire and leave nothing unsaid. Our journey is to slay the Titans and take their might. The petrified god will bless us with his light, expanding our paradise amongst the stars. We'll reign supreme and leave behind our scars. This lyric suggests that the Archons were sent to THEROS by a god, contrary to the legends that we've often believed that they came from the north. Well, many of the mages, we knew this in Meletian, but we've kept this, of course, to ourselves. They were meant to defeat the Titans, but who Agnomikos used to fight in the Great War with Heliod and the other gods. So we don't know what this could mean, but we should be prepared for any possibility. I just wanted to share this and get your thoughts, as you are all great warriors and have seen great wonders. And she kind of stops there. kind of looking to you all to see if any of you have any thoughts or feedback about what any of this.
I have to wonder how far knowledge such as this might have been shared. Who else would know about it? Could it perhaps have been wrapped up in the scheme by Phoenix? And does he still have surprises for us?
Interesting. Yes. You stated that you have talked to the god. You had encounters with the god of deception, yes? Before his demise.
So
You make
Not
a good
pleasant
point,
one.
Persis.
Hmm.
Maybe he does have a hand in this, but we've seen him. By all I recall, we've seen that he's dead. We even see things that lead to the fact that he's no longer, or that his presence is no longer within the Nyx space. But she seems deep in thought about it. You were saying something, Proxinos?
Proxenos looking over and thinking about the verse. You said that there were four planets further out than THEROS in this space.
There are many. She goes on, she says, but she tries to show you on the Uri as she orients them. What you realize is that, she says, everything you see between these bubbles, that is the true astral sea. We haven't been able to decipher these others that we see in their names, but these two seem to have been most important to the Archons, and that's why we know them by name, the Doom space. And those two are like, butted up right against. So if this was the Nyx space, this is the Doom space. But then everywhere else you can see, it's like, it might be like a bubble here, and then a bubble here. But when you expand, when you push in, and they're almost like crystal balls, as you push in on them, you can see an entire constellation inside them. Some of them with multiple moons and a sun at the center, right? Like all of them different. And you can tell that yours has been newly constructed because, up until weeks ago, maybe even a month ago, THEROS was all one land, right, floating within this space. And now it is similar to those, broken up. And instead of floating or rotating around a sun, it rotates around this vortex, around this eye of doom, this doom star, the multiple names that it has been called.
I ask because what god could be called the Petrified? I also am taken back. Remember the temple where the Archons were? And the petrified Archons that lay in a circle? And the feathers that we plucked?
Tell me of this place you've been to.
It was...
And it's up to you.
away.
You can say, like, if you want to, you can say I share with her, and then she's can be brought up to speed, or you can share, as slowly as much as you'd like.
Yeah. You would relay back that it was in the Orescos, like near where the Orescos mountain were, and that we got there, and that was when Phoenix sacrificed himself to the black hole.
That is, we had known about this, but I will be honest, no one took this cult of a god beyond the Nyx very seriously until all that has just happened. it seems to be based on this lyric, and it just seems to be that the Archons who were a part of that cult their purpose seemed to be different from what this says. And so I imagine that, I mean, Agnomikos did reign for an age, and so in that time, maybe he turned on his god, maybe he changed his purpose, maybe this changed with the Archons, because the Archons did lose the war. Maybe those few that were left over banded together and started this cult. Nonetheless, they did, under our noses, they played a hand in awakening this petrified god.
It would seem.
I know that we
So.
cannot get all the answers here now, and I know that most importantly we need to save these people, but these are things that maybe we should continue to think on. I just wanted to share them with you as we continue to better understand the new world that we live in.
And
so
we
that-
infer that the influence of a god only extends as far as these spheres. The gods of Theros, would they have any ability to affect? Well, we don't know about this new sphere, but then we don't seem to know anything about the gods of there apart from mention of this petrified god.
Yes. You make a point, Persis. Say, up until then, we've never even thought of any worlds outside of Theros, so we wouldn't think of even gods being able to manipulate other worlds. Maybe the gods know about these other places. You all seem to have a relationship with, well, we've had a relationship with some of the gods who have met their untimely fate. But you do seem to know Krufix. Maybe he will speak to you on this, or one of you. In addition,
He is the most likely to know, but he is also, I think, the one least likely to tell us.
you may have a point there. I will say one thing from this. It does seem that whoever this petrified one is, they clearly, this god has been able to affect our realm, which means that we now know that it is completely possible. Can our gods do it vice versa? We don't know. But I would assume. But this god seems to have an immense power. What also concerns me, strangely, is that this god seems to be, by this text, asking or wanted Agnomikos to kill our titans. And it's strange. That means it would have to have an understanding of who those titans were. And it seems in those old days that Agnomikos used the titans to actually fight. But in losing the war, we were the god of destiny, Clothis, was able to rein them in, control them, and keep them within the lowest depths of the underworld. And so far, we can only hope that they still are there, wherever the underworld is. As this conversation happens, unless there's more to ask her, I imagine, the night would pass on, and night and day all essentially really the same here in space, or feel the same here in space. And whether I'll just give you a moment to, maybe as when the meeting is over, as her form fades away, as the orrery closes, you all are kind of there together. It's an opportunity to maybe share where you're at, or maybe even to, what they've been up to as they've been traveling. But they're only a short distance away from Akron. So I mean, that anticipation is definitely building.
Yes, and one of the things with Proxenos promising to help the family out and get the Kai situation, make sure that Kai's better mannered. So probably like the last 3 days have been training Kai to maybe not try to go out and fly in front of people, and make sure that breathing fire is not a good thing on the ship.
Okay.
Yeah, we have a whole bunch of things we can train Kai to do, but there's like a limited amount that she can remember. So, she knows how to not be mean, not aggressive to the crew and the party, and how to let Fitz ride her. But there are 3 other traits we can train her on.
Not burn us down is one of those traits? Or is that included? Is the ship included in crew and people?
I'm looking through this list. I'm trying to find where that would fall.
She can burn a crew member before she burns a ship. I'm
Let me
just
actually
saying,
look
we
through
got
here.
priorities.
I
Crew
think
of friends.
non-aggression, right?
Non-aggression, yeah, that's huge.
That's what she's already got. That she knows non-aggression.
She's learned
Okay.
non-aggression recently. Yeah.
But we could teach her how to fetch. We could teach her how to hunt, or we could teach her how to attack on command.
That one I like.
Right? Track things.
And then you want to share with it you Fitz, I gave you the feat. I think it was the rider feat that you now have.
Yes, the mounted combatant.
Mounted combatant. So that's what we decided on. And then we have some training abilities that the dragon can learn.
Oh yeah.
In different stages of its time. At this point, right now, it's still a rimling, and we'll probably be that for a while. But yeah, that's where we're at.
So, I think that we would probably definitely train her to attack on command, but would that be the first thing that we teach her? I don't think so. I think maybe we work on stay.
Not attack.
How about stay?
Is stay an option?
Stay is an option.
Fitz, do you mind
animal
also sending me, like, copying that whole section and resend it to me? Because I think I have it in a different...
I saved it as a PDF, so I can probably drop
perfect.
it in the Discord.
Does stay include like sit, or is stay just like I'm gonna fly around the ship real quick?
Because I know I have it, but like
that's a great question.
Fetch is
Because
also a good one,
I feel like
'cause-
last time we said stay, she was like, "Yeah, I'll stay in this area."
Yeah, but she hasn't been taught how to stay yet.
Yeah.
So there's a difference. We have to like teach her those things.
I teach her like the boundaries of stay. Like stay means like under.
Well, and there are levels to it too. So like the first level of stay is that they'll stay like teaching a dog how to sit. But then you can also, once they learn that, you can teach them how to deliver something
Are there
or
levels to
heal.
attack?
There are not levels to attack.
exciting.
There are levels to fetch. We could teach her fetch and then improved fetch.
What?
Okay.
That's like
So
that means like she'll bring it back and drop it, as opposed to being like keep away, or what's improved fetch?
for fetch,
I wish I could. Looking for
I
this.
put it in the Discord as a
Okay,
PDF.
perfect.
If everybody
Okay,
wants to take a look.
Alright.
It may try to find something similar to what you threw, or may give up and return with nothing at all. The DM chooses when the trick is learned, and then once it's learned, you can start learning improved fetch. Instead of throwing something and commanding as you throw, you can command and point, and they will attempt to guess what you're pointing at to fetch it.
Her form is funny.
Right? I also.
Oh, I'm sorry.
was-
You left out something really important. Housebroken is on this list.
Yeah, I saw that too. I was like, I don't think anyone
I'm
wants to
sure.
pick up
Hmm.
dragon droppings.
Yeah, no, I mean Moby. That's in Moby's area, but we'll
Yeah,
see.
I'll
Moby's in sanitation now.
great. I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do. I will
I mean,
I
Moby
was I was thinking about all the options, and I was like, do I care that much about peeing and pooping if she can attack on command?
I mean, honestly, I don't think Fitz would care.
Can she?
But the
I
rest of
wouldn't.
us,
Yeah, can she pee or poop on command? Is that an option?
Housebroken
No.
makes her
Bye
not.
bye.
stop trying to replicate Sting.
It just means it just means she'd be like, probably would fly away from the ship to do her business or whatever, and might not do it in the, in the cargo holds and stuff like that.
You know what? If I have my own little room, then she can pee and poop in my own little room.
Yeah.
And I'll clean it up.
Sure.
It's
Okay.
the responsibility of having a pet.
So is that all right, DM?
I-
Can we have her pee and poop only in Fitz's room?
But wouldn't that count as being housebroken?
That would be
count.
housebroken. That would mean
Yeah,
she now
we
knows
need-
a place. Because right now
Like
she
litter
probably would
box
just go
training.
wherever she wants, right? Like she just on the deck,
Let's-
like she's
Let's get
I mean-
housebroken.
Ah, dang
Yeah.
it!
I mean,
I
I'm
was
willing.
trying to fill her up with cool attacks.
Moby is willing to bond with the little wormling.
Also, tricks
to help.
limits that she knows will increase as she gets older. That's
Yeah.
something I didn't put in there. but
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
I don't feel
okay.
like
I thought-
housebroken excludes attack. I feel like housebroken and attack are two great options.
But
Yeah, you
yeah,
know.
but then we only have one other option.
What else do you want?
Don't you guys want to teach her to stay or track something?
Um,
I think
stay
stay is
prob-
probably the
Proxenos is real
Probably
good
better.
at Proxenos is real good at birdie track. So like
Okay. So that's not necessarily needed from her.
not day
but
one. You know.
Attacking, staying, and not making a mess everywhere.
mess on the
Those are
ship.
priorities.
Great day
I
one
think those
things.
are good priorities.
I'm
Yeah,
thinking puppy in a
gotcha.
box. That's usually those are the ones. Don't bite.
Okay.
Be
okay.
careful with all that.
Then that'll be the stuff that we're trying to teach her. I think we'll start with housebroken and then do stay and then move to attack, because I want to have like a stay and like a stop command figured out before I'm like
Okay.
attack.
So we gotta
Okay,
find a time machine.
um,
We gotta go 6
so
years in the
you
future.
you can for everyone. So basically, the way it works is at this point, even though a dragon is not an animal, right? She almost is young enough to almost feel like an animal, feel like a puppy or a pet in that way. A very dangerous one, but a pet nonetheless.
Like those people who have wildcats when they shouldn't.
So there is a danger to Fitz failing any one of these checks. The animal handling check right now will be a 15. It sometimes can be more difficult if it's being done in a crazy situation, but it's not. You guys are just throwing the ship. So if you can do all three, like it sounds like you want to do three. If you want to do all three of these, maybe one. She's trying to train them one per day over the course of the journey so far. But just remember that you will have to roll for any fails to see how she reacts, because if you fail, she may rebel in some way, fashion or form.
Did you want me to
Does-
roll it?
Does anyone want to help? Anyone want like I know I'm really inspiring, but like I can't really do that for my own self. It's like you can't tickle yourself, I can't do that. For me.
Proxenos
I mean,
it would sound like
Sophia can
Proxenos is
help.
trying to help Fitz,
Oh.
and with that help, Fitz would be making the animal handling roll. Yeah, instead of a crazy persuasion with plus 15. Thank
Hey,
God.
Sophia, you got some dominate. You got dominate just in case. Sophia,
Oh.
no,
I don't get that.
you don't get dominate.
I thought about getting that and I didn't.
Just in case. Yeah, I'm like, I haven't really decided on my new spell yet. Maybe that might be the just in case.
or I was thinking about like force cage or some way to I don't know, some way to like if she starts acting up, some way to control her or contain her.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean,
what's
Earthbind is a
what's the?
start.
Oh,
Earthbind
I
is
don't
a
have
start.
I don't have that as an option. Do you have it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I just want to make sure before we start trying things out that we have like a fail safe.
Polymorph
So you
is
guys
also an
describe the
option.
scene. This is you all on deck. And then while they're setting up for this training, I'd also like to know what, before we go into it, maybe what, these could be one-liners. They don't have to be like super deep, but like if you've got something, Moby, Sophia, Persis, what have you all been up to? And then you guys can just jump in if not, if you don't have anything right now, it's fine. We'll go back to training. But you've been kind of quiet, so I just wanted to give you some, see what, because I don't know where Moby is on the ship, what he's been up to, or what Sophia's been doing with their time.
Moby's been up on the top of the ship, just trying to get a sense of just the kind of the little protective atmosphere that we're in, and kind of gliding kind of close to that edge and then back down to the ship. So kind of like train. It's been kind of training my acrobatics a little bit, but just trying to become more familiar with the environment that we're in.
And what Moby's referring to is there is, and I'm actually like blanking on how big it is, but there's like a invisible gravity air bubble around your ship, right? That allows you all to breathe on deck. And you see, Moby leaping off the top and kind of gliding around. And even every now and then when he misses the side of the ship or the landing, or his fit doesn't catch, he falls back and he kind of like at some point falls very, like you said, close to the edge, but then the gravity switches and he boomerangs back towards the ship. So when you fall like below the ship, it like reverses and then you're falling up towards the bottom of the ship, and then it allows you to like catch back on.
Yeah.
So that's what you've been up to.
Sophia would probably just been helping Teroxys patch up the ship as much as possible.
Yes, and I was going to have you all roll for that, but with 4 days, I looked at it as if you all did it. I mean, mending's a cantrip, which I know mending is strange because they normally only allow mending to heal two breaking ends, but in Spelljammers, you can use mending to heal the ship. So if you were to cast it, you can cast it once per hour. I think at the lowest roll, I could not see you not healing the entire, so the ship is at 100%. So I mean, I think with you and Troxy's doing it once an hour together over the course, or maybe even for just 6 hours a day, just casting it once, the ship would be fixed with the rest of the crew working on it. So your ship is at 400 HP. And you can see where if you look on your Legend Keeper on your ship, you can kind of see where the fire damage was and where it's been repaired when Thraxes had launched those breath weapons into it. And in addition, I imagine that your Akron soldiers have kind of picked, have helped, of course, where they could as well with repairs. And they're back on the, I don't know if you're maybe training her on the deck. Praxinos is there, Fitz is there. Persis, are you here training the dragon or looking at the training of the dragon, or?
Persis, has been helming the ship.
Yep.
And has been attempting to observe, but also was like, Kai isn't an animal, but she doesn't really understand animals, so she's just distancing herself from this.
Persis, I also want to share that Persis has developed such a strong bond with the helm now, and the hammerhead as a whole, that through her constant attunement, she can now command the vessel from anywhere on board, freeing her up, time to focus on other important tasks. However, the majority of I will say, since you guys have been, so you are right though. So the only time she does need to really be at the helm is when we've decided to call it twilight, is when the ship is traveling at twilight speeds, which is when it is in that mind-boggling 100 million miles in 24 hours. So she probably would be spending a lot of her time probably, of course, taking some breaks throughout the day for rest and such. And at this pace, the spell jamming helm takes, it does its own subtle course corrections to avoid collisions of space debris and other creatures. And while it's in this state, the majority of the crew, you all can still move around. It's not like you're like plastered to the wall. You can't even hardly feel the acceleration, and you just kind of notice the stars kind of passing by at this astonishing rate. Now, unfortunately, many of you have it all at least experienced this once from the course correcting of the ship. While you don't, you feel it in other ways. You kind of get this mild sickness due to those, and that's caused you all to either like to seek the refuge of a latrine or a bucket to hurl a couple times. But over time, you're getting used to it. So that's just something for you to know. For when you're not in that state, Persis, you can be doing other things, fighting, all that kind of stuff, jumping off the ship, and still being able to control the helm.
All right. So yeah, in those break periods in which is not where we're not going through at that ridiculous speed, twilight speed.
Calling it a twilight speed.
Okay. Then she has also been kind of like touring the ship and seeing how people are integrating into it, and like making sure also that she just knows where everything is, like how the functioning of the whole thing is, because if she's going to be responsible for the operation of the ship, she wants to know the state of everything.
Bartholomew comes up, hey, Captain, repairs
Do you
are
have a
all...
concern?
No, just letting you know, repairs are all done, ship's in tip-top shape. I mean, the Taroxys, the Minotaur, and Sophia came in to clutch there. We were able to do it in record time. Thank God for magic, right? And just says, is there anything else you need of us at this moment?
Excellent work. I think it's just best for you to be prepared for when we land. So
we will
rest, train, be ready.
We will be prepared, right, men? And they go, ho, ho, and then as they shout those out, you also notice, I actually completely blanked on what I was going to share there. So yes, they're just cheering and prepared. And I was going to say that I think Persis has also, everyone sees, or I imagine Persis has like made this clear. Every other bronze bully is essentially kind of like is like a bosun, right, on the ship. So when Persis is not there, people pretty much turn to any bronze bully for guidance or leadership. All right. And so with training the dragon, what does this look like? What is this trick? What are y'all doing? And then for you.
All right. Remain confident.
So I mean, like, she's Kai comes out on the deck, like looking, like sniffing around, looking for, food, kind of hungry today.
Make sure that the messages comes across. Very simple gestures, and reaffirm with a positive care.
Okay, yeah.
And a pat on the back as you receive guidance.
What does guidance give me?
1d4 added to the roll.
And I'm going to cast Universal Speech on myself. I get 4 creatures, so myself, Kai, Proxenos, and is anyone else there with us?
Do you want anyone else to be there?
I imagine that
I'm sure Bartholomew is there.
Bartholomew's around, yeah.
Okay. First, we're gonna teach Kai how to be housebroken. We're gonna. I imagine that I have like essentially a giant litter box.
Okay.
And I'm trying to teach her how to use the giant litter box. I
Um,
know. But look, it's almost like sand. You could dig in it. You could cover. Okay, here we. Trust, it'll work. It'll be great.
Okay. Make your check.
Okay. I rolled a 7 and a 2, and I have a +2 to
Okay.
animal handling.
Um,
Oh no.
Now, and so you cast, but I didn't give you. So you cast universal.
Universal speech so that she can understand. Maybe she can't understand my words per se, but she understands my intention.
Got it. What's the and what was the total that you rolled? Total, like with all the modifiers at it. That's like a 10 or something.
11.
11. Yeah. It's a DC 15. I would bring the DC down to by 2 for the universal speech. And you've already got advantage. So like.
Oh, I have advantage?
Didn't you didn't roll twice? I thought you said you rolled a 7 and a. Oh, okay. Well,
I rolled
you
a
get advantage
7.
because wasn't Proxenos. Well, did we say Proxenos was helping or no?
You can't.
We didn't establish
then you don't
whether
have
it gave
advantage.
me advantage or not. He gave me guidance.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're like, so this is like over. We kind of cut to like kind of montage very quickly over the past hour where she's just been kicking the litter off the side into space, and like it like flies out. She's been like jumping inside of it, and then right before she flies over and just pisses on Proxenos' head and like whoops around. And
I'm
slams
so
down to the
sorry.
ground, leaving grooves in the ground.
Oh.
Give me a D4. One of you give me a D4 roll.
You can roll this D4.
Oh yeah, no pressure. You know what? I'll take responsibility. That's okay. I said I would. A 2.
A 2.
Oi.
And where was my? Looking for the. I just had it open here. And
No, take your time.
I don't know if we want her horde in this. DM, that's not.
What?
I'm gonna need a reroll.
Damn it! The PDF just disappeared on me. Like, where is that?
You want it? You want the
What's-
the 1 through 4 list?
Yeah. What's the 2?
Obsessive. It's obsessive collector. Give it to me. Which
So
is why I'm like, we don't need that.
You know what? She could just make that her territory, and maybe that's a good thing. She's like, this is my box. Stay away.
No, what this typically means is that she gets being a red dragon makes her frustrated and it makes her like want something, and so she they've just finished like polishing one of the rails on the ship, and it's like a golden rail, right? It's like golden filament, and she just tears that bitch off, just into one of her claws, and like goes back downstairs to wherever she's been sleeping in your quarters, and like she takes some of the. You see her coming out and taking the sand, and like so when you go back in your room, there's this little pile of sand in the corner that she's hid some of that that little gold bar under, right? And she's like, and then she does kind of growl when anyone comes near it, like. Ugh. So she just got up, just keeping something to herself. So
You're
you
so cute.
you can try again. I'll say that these can be done. These can be like attempted. I think they should be able to be tempted like every 8 hours, kind of like every long rest, so you can do them in that manner. But you got plenty of time, so you can continue them. What do you think? It's up to you. Do you guys want to try again?
Proxenos, do you think you'd have any more luck with her? She's just not listening to me. I could inspire you to maybe, just have that extra flair that she's so into.
Proxenos will be a disadvantage, but with the help of Fitz, it'll be a straight roll.
Can I also inspire?
Yeah, because
'Cause
that's
I
an
can
action and a bonus action. So yeah, you can.
Yeah, if you can change that, then yes.
Proxenos cleaning up from the incident.
I'm so
goes-
sorry. And
All
that
right.
gives you a D12.
She's pretty big, so it was just like she's like sprayed. Proxenos like I gotta go watch that. Like
I hope that didn't sting
no
or
it
stain.
didn't sting. I thought you said sting. Didn't sting, but it definitely stung.
staying.
I'll be alive. Don't worry. Confidence and reaffirming. I'm sure
And
that we get through.
I'm gonna keep casting the universal speech. Because
Okay.
I can do that once per long rest.
Okay. And so we're gonna try to train her again one more time. Same thing. Is it still
You
gonna have...
listen to your Uncle Proxinos. I believe in you.
Cleanliness makes all the difference. And kind of just go into Kai. This will just be better for everyone, and you'll be thanking me later. This spot right here.
She looks at the spot, her eyes. Okay.
With the roll, you said that you gave me a inspiration?
D12. Yeah.
A D12. Oh. I never rolled those, so I need to grab it.
The disrespect.
Okay, that's a bit better. That's a 34.
Okay. So
And
You are an animal trainer. That's what you are.
so I will say that Kai kind of walks over, listening to Proxinos, jumps into covers over the litter box full of dirt and sand, and pees in it, and then or relieves herself, I'll say, and then lands on the other side, and then kind of like puts her neck out, kind of like proud, and she seems to be staring. Her eyes have that yellow, like cat-like slit, and it's very similar to that diamond inside of Proxino's eyes. So she's kind of drawn to it, and kind of like she kind of goes up and gets nuzzles, right? Doesn't nuzzle you like it, but gets right in your eyes looking at it, and then kind of blows a bit of smoke and looks proud.
good girl. And tosses up a treat, a smoked piece of meat.
Snacks it. Can I have a insight check from Fitz?
Sure. A 16.
I would say that this makes Fitz feel... She's happy that this is working, right? But she notices in that moment the way Kai looks at Proxinos. It's for the first time that there's kind of like a... First time she's kind of acknowledged someone else other than Fitz as... and I don't know how that makes Fitz feel. I can never speak to it, but you notice it where she kind of was feeling Proxinos for a second, and she listened to him and not you, and maybe something to watch.
It's like those Instagram videos where you have the dog and it has to choose between the mom and the dad, and I just feel a little betrayed right now, but it's okay because I'm still her mom, and I understand because Proxinos is a good cook. He makes good treats.
Over the next, are we continuing training, or over the next? Are we making a couple more, or leaving at that? Housebroken.
Does that stellar roll mean that she is officially housebroken, or do we have to keep training them?
No. She's officially housebroken. The only time there could be now certain things they can be broken. So there are times they can be, for example, attack. Once they learn it, she's always going to attack. But every time she attacks, remember it talks about there being like a potential sacrifice. Say like you keep having her attack and she's getting just mollywopped by the villain, right? And he's beating her back. She might start to think, why is Proxino sending me to get hurt, right? And that might be where they've learned something, but they may start to unlearn it because the constant push, right? So pretty much when you treat which I think you wouldn't, but you treat her like she's an NPC, a disposable, that it may come undone.
Gotcha.
But yeah, she's learned this. She knows it now. No need to make her housebroken anymore. And since you're on a roll, I will her ace the next one, it will stay, of course stays at 13. So for the next check, if we're going to continue with her training.
If we have the time, I would love to get her as trained as possible before we go into any particular type of altercation.
Okay. I'll fast forward these a bit as we've kind of gone through the first scenes for the sake of time. But go ahead, tell me what the next one is, and go ahead and make your roll. Maybe set the scene for us. Tell us how you're training her, and go ahead and make your roll.
Proxinos, will you help me with Kai again? I think we should teach her how to stay.
Do you want Proxinos to roll again?
She just listens to you so much more than me. I think if we work together and I just give you a little bit of inspiration and help you guys speak the same language, you know what I'm saying? And then you could,
So what I was trying to infer
juju.
by that insight is, just so Fitz knows, the trainer is important. So who's doing the training?
He would be doing the training.
Right.
I just want to help.
Right. But if you want her to be indebted and be kind of closer to Fitz, the more what you saw in that last one is that if he continues through the training, she may start to connect with him more. So there's a risk. There's a risk and reward. He has higher stats, but it doesn't mean she's gonna like hate you or not be. But it could. I don't know. I'm just saying it's right now it's fine. He trained her for you, but do you want to continue that relationship?
It's all up to you. Proximus respects your wishes.
It's almost like, right, like say you have this person come to your house and train your dog. Usually the trainer trains you how to train your dog. But if that person can train your dog and then you never do, then your dog goes to that person and not you.
I just figure if he and I are both working together on it, that maybe it's like the trainer training the human and the animal at the same time, because he's way better with animals.
Right. I'm just telling you there's a risk there.
I know. I mean, if for some reason she started liking you more than me, you'd still be really nice to her, right?
When I said that I value you all as family, and that you value Kai's family, I take that to heart. And we've all been through a lot together. I don't think any of that is going to go away or weaken. And I know how much you care about it.
I do. It's an interesting dilemma because, I mean, I've had the egg for so long, and I made up in my head what our relationship would be like the whole time I've been carrying that egg around, and was like, oh my gosh, if I just talk to this egg a lot, maybe it'll be my best friend. And, maybe that's not how it goes. Maybe she gets to pick her own path, and if she likes you more, maybe I should leave a choice up to her too, right?
That is fair. It's unfair if they never get a choice in the first place. But I think that she's lucky to have that choice.
Okay, so how about I flip a coin? I can't
decide. Sophia hear this conversation?
Sure.
We're not hidden. We're out on the deck.
Yeah, you're out on the deck. You guys are all...
It's pretty obvious.
She'll walk up to Fitz. She'll walk up to Fitz.
Oh, hi.
Are you doing okay?
I mean, yes, no, yes, no. I mean, sure. I fought so hard for Kai to be able to be part of this group and this adventure, and I guess I just never thought that she wouldn't instantly be my best friend. and now she's not instantly my best friend, and I have to like work at it, and that's just something I didn't think about. What if she doesn't like me, you know?
It's hard not to do that. I mean, you're such a personality. But don't give up. Proxino's here. I've noticed has a touch with animals. I think you just need the right nudge in the right direction. And Sophia leans down and just boops Fitz right in the middle of her forehead and casts Enhance Ability, Owl's Wisdom.
What'd you do?
Try it again. This time I think you might get your point across. Have any of you seen Tell Moon, by the way?
I saw him go over there half an hour ago.
Thank you. And she walks off.
What does Owl's Wisdom give me?
You get advantage on wisdom checks
Okay.
for an hour.
Okay. Okay. I think I'm gonna try to teach her to stay.
You seem quite resolved.
Well, suddenly I just feel so wise. All right.
Good.
All right. I've been watching a lot of those zoo shows lately, and they do all that target training with those giant animals. They have like the little stick with like the little ball on the end, and they're like target, and then the animal has to like touch its little nose to the ball. And I'm gonna try and use that kind of attitude
Okay.
to teach her to stay.
You got this. And guidance given to you on top of that.
Okay. I'm gonna roll them one at a time instead of all together because I'm convinced that has a negative impact. Okay. My first roll was a 2. And my second one was an 11, so thank you for the advantage.
Is 11 total?
Hold on.
Okay.
11 plus 4 from the D4 plus 2 for my animal handling.
That gets you over.
So 15.
And so
15, 16?
15's good. She does pass. As she sits over the course. You keep doing that little zoo training with her. She continues to listen to you, and then out of nowhere, at some point, the ship kind of rocks, and these kind of mists come up on the side, almost like water, but it's just like this kind of nebulic mist, and this big like fish swims out of that mist, because it's not really water, just swimming through space, and she lurches at it, and you tell her to sit, and she's like wants to go. And she just kind of sits, stops, and looks at you, Fitz, like waiting.
Oh, good job. Oh, Proxinos, do you have any treats?
And
There's a treat right there.
Yeah. She like looks at you like, can I?
Just come right back.
She flies off, and she like flies up, and there was like kind of like a cloud above you. She goes into it, and then out of nowhere, this huge, like tuna-sized, multicolored fish slams with like claw, like shredded, kind of halfway open, but you've got fish for the night. Some kind of strange, almost like it has looked like catfish has like strange, like the whiskers, but on different parts of its body. So it's not like any fish you ever caught in THEROS, and it's kind of this, bluish purple, thinned kind of. It has a kind of reflective nature to its scales. She seems very proud.
Good job.
Brought it back. Was there one more in there, or we can? Is that where we're? Might as well go for it here. So
There's one more.
because we're montaging to 8 hours later.
It.
Yep.
Okay.
So-
Now we're gonna attack. We should. How are we gonna simulate an attack?
There's like some
do you
stuffed
have-
dummies downstairs, or they can be used, or you can use, her I mean, hunting for
Should
actual things, or
use something enticing like some meat.
or you could pad some of the Akroans up with like
No
they do
way!
with the dogs, like wearing like the big outfit, which is probably dangerous, but you know.
Oh
it would
my
be funny.
God.
The attack, the guy's arm just flies right off.
Maybe that's an advanced thing.
Yeah.
Maybe we teach her that later. Could we?
Sorry.
Maybe we could make like a little stuffing dummy, but on the inside fill it with some meat so that so that it smells good. And when she attacks it, it's like those dog treats where like as they play with it, stuff comes out.
Yep.
So
Okay.
we're teaching her bite claw. We're not teaching her breath weapon.
I don't know. Is that an option? She has a breath weapon. This command will teach the animal to mercilessly attack who or whatever you direct it toward. Teaching the animal this trick lets you replace its proficiency bonus with yours for the purpose of attack rolls.
It's huge.
Saving DCs. You can teach it this trick multiple times, overriding the old trick each time.
Yeah, you gotta clarify, my man. Because that was huge if that's her spell attack roll. If that's her, I'm gonna punch it. Her, I'ma punch it. Attack roll's not that great. You might as well use Kai's. If that's her spell attack roll, then that's
it would be. So, it's meant to, yeah. I'll say that. Well, like I said, that's why it says you can. So that you can is probably meant for when you're in a lower tier. Like, I mean, it's probably meant for a creature that does not have a high attack proficiency. So, I would allow it if you're going to try, if you're going to try to swap it, like if you're trying to teach it to use a spell attack roll, say maybe for its flame attack, you could do that, but you'd have to specify if you're trying to train it to do the breath weapon on someone, or if you're trying to just train it to attack, to subdue or kill someone. Like claw, like you said, claw and teeth, or if you're training for breath attack, then you could supplement your spellcasters.
Oh, I'm sorry. Actually, I think her breath weapon's a saving throw, so it'd be her spell DC versus
What's your spell DC, Fitz?
My spell DC is my saving DC.
Yeah, you save DC.
Yep.
17.
And what's Kai's?
Kai's
breath weapon DC
is 13.
I mean, that's big. That's a big difference.
I'll allow that. I will also, but if you're going to teach that this round, I would also up the DC back to at least back to 15.
I might have, I don't know, this might something for this.
Mm-hmm.
What are you trying to do?
So if we're teaching the attack action, I have to pick if I'm teaching her to bite or if I'm teaching her to breath weapon?
Yes, because I will say that I was thinking of it more so as tooth and claw, and breath weapon is like she's going to do what she wants to do. But if you're trying to teach her on command to breath weapon someone, I'll treat that as like, so basically I'll treat it as you'd have to do there'd be like two different types of attacks, right?
Well, I don't get to have my Dracarys moment.
That's what you're training. I'm allowing you to train for it. So yes, if that's what you're going to train for, then that's what you should train for. Yeah,
that would be great. I think I think eventually we'll do it all.
Yes, but this will be the one we'll do.
This is a wild concept, but technically, Talmoon doesn't mind being a target.
Oh my god! Are you fireproof?
Sometimes.
I was going to suggest
it's.
I was gonna say the same thing. I was gonna be like, Talmoon's a great sparring partner.
Yeah. He's zipping all around. 7d6. Can take that fire on the chin too, just very easy.
Talmoon.
Who wants to play with Kai?
You up to help with this?
Being a little tight on this ship. Might as well stretch a bit. You think she can catch me?
Yeah. Oh, can you catch him, Kai? Can you get him?
She like gets down on all fours. Talks to me and she starts to like jump, like looking where Telmoon moves.
Oh, I
I'm a
bet
little
you
more excited before that shit started happening.
I bet you could set him on fire. I bet you could set him on fire.
She does like that raptor thing where she crouches low and then the claws, the eyes get real big.
All right. Well, you see, you're actually gonna see Telmoon stop and start whispering to Cacophony, and then he'll be like, "Can you guys just make sure you stay away from me for a little bit? It's also dangerous because I'm a target, but also don't get too close." And Telmoon's body will be wreathed in flames for the next 10 minutes.
Okay. So as he lights up, Kai is like crazy surprised, like whoa, and she takes to the air and starts to kind of circle around the ship, waiting for Fitz's command or Proxinos' command to attack with this weapon.
Make sure you yell
as
as
they've been
hard as you
training.
can.
And at this point, like early in the day, you've been training it on like having her kind of fire it off the side of the ship or aim at like a bag of something that you can like easily put out. Yeah.
You said that because of the gravity, like if I were to dive off the ship, I would just get thrown back in the other direction.
You would eventually sling back in the. Yeah, you won't just like fall for living, and you don't fall outside of your gravity hold. You just fall until you hit that limit, and then you fall back towards the ship again.
Yeah, I mean, Telmoon would probably do that. He'd probably hop off and then see if she can hit me while I'm slinging back.
Okay. So,
can my friends give me those cool boons again?
Sophia, I imagine, does.
Sophia's been trying to find Telmoon, so it's probably the.
Oh, he
Here he
just
is.
jumped off the
Jumped
side of
off
the
the-
ship. Okay. We're just
He's helping
playing.
with-
Okay.
He's helping with the training practice.
You hear, and then,
Guidance as well.
yep.
Okay.
Pat on the back, enhanceability.
Okay, that's better. I rolled a 16, 17,
Okay.
18. And so that's a dirty 20 to teach
What
Kai
is-
the breath weapon.
What's the command? Is there a command word? I mean, you don't have to have it right now, but like, if do you know what it looks
Please.
like when she gives them the
Is
command?
it your turn?
Don't be.
Is it?
I really want it to be, but I
Then
know
go
that's
for it.
really goofy.
You just got
Subject
you
to
gotta do it with a
change.
straight. It's gotta be a straight face when you say it, though.
Yes.
Feel like
So-
Fitz's hair has to start turning white.
And so what you see is like Telmoon is falling
I'll
off the
just
ship.
get a wig for the next episode.
Kai starts to dive, and then you hear coming back towards the ship as he's flying back up over, and as he's coming up, she's
Oh.
coming across, and she opens her. Oh, she's waiting for the command, so she's.
I have a better one that feels more Bronze Bully-ish.
All right,
Light him up.
and she sucks in her neck like a little gullet kind of flutters. See light inside. He's already wreathed in flames. She hits him with the flames. Flames go across them as they both kind of like as Telmoon kind of flips over and is able to land back on the ship without burning anything, as putting himself out as Kai comes around and lands and has learned this command. So great job.
Yes!
She like
You
kind of walks
guys!
around.
Hey, tell her only when I'm on fire already.
I think she'll do it only when I tell her to do it.
The
All right.
Proxinos,
make
what
sure
did
that-
you?
We'll see.
Oh, I was gonna say, is there a meal you cook that last or that night?
the big weird space catfish.
And it ends up being quite tasty, but it's not surprising as Proxinos can make anything good. What are you saying, Telma? Oh,
Is that all 5?
Yeah, she's maxed out for skills.
okay.
But at least she's not pooping everywhere. You're welcome.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not down to be in your room no more. Wherever that litter box is.
It's like that cat lady who hasn't cleaned out the litter box for ages. You're like,
Oh.
yeah, no,
Are they
that's not how it is.
And as they feast and I imagine they almost, Praxinos might even feel, or it might feel strange to know that, like, you know, your people out there, your mother and them are like, you know, are in this terrible situation, but, you know, and you can only, you're on your way, but you also still have to make sure the morale of your companions, your friends, are as high as possible, as you prepare for what's to come. And so you cook and you make this wonderful feast. Are there any last remarks that are shared over that night before they all turn in?
Messed up.
Yeah.
It's going to be quite the day ahead.
What, dismiss me? I mean, I know Telmoon's sexy, sassy, sassy time nowadays with pictures, but I know you're just finding me to watch him be a shooting star.
And so they all turn in, and
question?
Yes.
What we got? Baraclan, Baccarat. What's his name?
Baraclan.
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 What, Moby? What'd you give him? I mean, we got people who do the weapons already. What'd you assign him? Head of personnel?
Oh, is he a bronze? I don't think he's officially a bronze bully. I don't. Think
I mean, like, but I'm saying with the Akroans, the hoplites all have stations to go to.
Yeah.
What have you trained Baraclan to do, Moby?
I don't know. I didn't really
It's
give
okay
him a
if
good.
you don't know right now.
No worries.
I tried to offer the help me with some of the sanitation efforts on the ship.
Litter box duty.
That didn't go too well. I'm still trying to figure that out, to be honest.
You catch him like collecting this litter, like wondering if he's been bamboozled by Fitz on this idea.
Think about it. When's the last time you got to play with a baby dragon? Aren't you curious?
I don't think she probably doesn't even see him having this internal, just an internal monologue with himself in the corner as he's scooping this stuff and getting rid of it. But he's there. And so, yeah, he's got a job. Maybe that job will change. But everyone's working together. And I'll say that Persis feels like that pins and needles sensation in her limbs and senses danger ahead. And the ship, of course, begins to drop out of twilight and slow. All of the ships do, including the arc of the Archons. And as expected, the crew has arrived within the atmosphere, the vicinity of Akron. And everyone on the ship is immediately, Persis, you can feel them like setting up this defensive stations. But what the group is witnessing on the deck is an asteroid field from the devastation, from the cataclysm that is happening, heading directly towards your ships. And as our men are yelling, "Oh, watch out, get!" And as Persis is trying to kind of guide that ship through that asteroid field, you can see beyond that, Akron is floating, and behind it, this great black circle of darkness, like looming like this gaping, open mouth, ready to swallow all that remains of Akron. And everyone can feel the draw of gravity like pulling them towards the Eye of Doom. And suddenly the ship shudders, boom, as it's swiped, hit by rocks. Small asteroids, hitting and then the asteroids begin bombarding the hull. And then one of your fellow ships, as you all are like on top, you look off to the side, one of the ships get hit by a massive rock and just explode on impact. Everyone on that ship, gone, dead. Every Meletian, gone. And then another one gets just peppered into oblivion, like streams away into fire and flame and begins to drop off as you guys are all like going through it. In this moment, you all need to protect the ship from damage and close in on the atmosphere. I need to know what check. This is a group check. What are you doing to help Persis control the ship? Some things would be, of course, Persis, for you, it might be maneuvering the ship. Others, it might be activating shields or defenses or using weapons against the asteroids. It might be ensuring that other members are securely, protected or strapped or below deck. It might be using magic abilities to destroy debris. I'll turn it over to you all, as this is kind of like a skill check moment before you're coming in hot. I'll turn it over to Persis. You're the captain. What are you doing?
First instinct. Oh, Sophia, did you have something?
She has an idea, yeah. I don't know if it's gonna fucking work, but
yeah. I was just gonna say first instinct is to dodge, but
yep.
But what do you got?
Seeing the smaller ship just get annihilated by an asteroid, big rock, more or less. Sophia is going to try to put up some type of barrier for the ship, and she is going to cast Blade Barrier in front of it.
Ooh, nice. Okay, and then remind me what it would do.
6d10 slashing damage. Wall of swords.
Yep. Okay, I like that. So then, all right, I got so as that shimmering field of blades goes out in the front of the hammerhead. Persis trying to maneuver the ship. The ship it's not a very dexterous ship. So you roll a dexterity. You make a dexterity check. Persis, because it's almost like, even though dexterity seems like that would be your body, it's almost like your body's connected, like you are the ship, but you don't have any plus. Yes.
Can Fitz inspire Persis?
She can. So you get that advantage. No modifier. Advantaged roll. You need to hit a 15 up.
It's.
So
Fitz is not helping. You're inspiring.
I was trying to inspire to give an additional D10, a D12. D12.
Yes. So straight roll with the D12.
Okay. I will gladly accept that.
Persis, you're so connected to this ship. I know you know every doodle on its surface. You got this.
I don't got this.
Oh no. Technically, the inspiration works until you can keep trying it until it works on a check.
Okay.
You can keep trying it until. Oh yes.
Yeah.
So you
my
keep it.
inspiration.
Yep.
As long as during the skill challenge you will allow that.
I don't know how many checks Persis is going to be able to make.
Yeah, we're gonna find out.
All right. So these things hitting the ship are siege weapons, of course. So as they hit, they do double the damage. I'm rolling 2d8s, but because of your blade barrier. So as they're hitting that first, right? So I'm only rolling 1d8, which I don't even think I can. So that means the threshold of your ship, is it 15 or 20? Can someone check your ship? Is it 15? I think the threshold of your ship is the threshold.
20. I like 20 more. I'm making that up. I don't know.
You like it? Because that means if it's 20, it's impossible for me to hurt the ship at this moment.
Bronze hammerhead. It says a threshold for damage somewhere on here. Hammerhead stats.
Yep.
Armor class 15. And then damage threshold 15.
15. So I rolled a 10 damage, slamming into the ship, hitting those blades first, dissipating off, taking nothing. How long does the blade? Because the blade barrier would do the. Oh, actually, before. Yeah, it wouldn't hit, so it doesn't matter. So the blade barrier deflects. If it was going to hit.
Rolled a 10 on a D8.
Huh?
You rolled a 10 on a D8.
No. Yeah, no. I rolled a 5, but I doubled it because it's a siege weapon.
Oh, got it.
Yeah.
I was like, dang.
Yeah.
It's a magic D8.
So you see the rock kind of gets these asteroids splinter off around the little blades that are spinning. One success there. One success for. Oh, actually, Sophia, you did blade barrier. I counted it with Persis, but I also need it. Of course, it worked, but this is to see towards the overall of helping with the ship. Can you give me an Arcana check to see how this continues?
I can fucking try.
Or actually, either that, because most of your spells, actually your spells come
from
your
wisdom. She give you a wisdom-based Arcana.
Give me a wisdom-based Arcana check.
I mean, if you want regional, I don't care.
No, I'll take wisdom because
I rolled a 17.
That's really where.
Plus 5 for my wisdom then.
Okay, so then you have 2 successes so far as the blades are like, protecting the ship, and Persis is maneuvering through the rocks, because this is like where like the big asteroids are. That's why that one ship got hit. It was like the size of the ship, right? So you're trying to get past that to the smaller debris and break through. What's everyone else doing? Everyone's got to do something.
Something useful?
Something you gotta try. Yeah, you should be trying to do something.
Because I mean, like, Tell Moon already trying to intimidate the asteroids. I don't know how that's gonna help.
He's just standing on the peripheral, yelling obscenities at them.
Turn on us all over again.
Would my inspiration count, or can I do something else? Because technically that's a bonus action.
Oh, you could do something else.
Would I be able to cast a high level shatter out into the asteroid field? Because I'm reading the spell, and it technically says
trying to push him away. I could see it.
Because it's talking about creatures making saving throws.
Isn't it also lists like inorganic material too?
It says
if it's made out of organic
it says
material.
a non-magical object that isn't being worn or carried also takes damage.
Well, yes, that's
So
an
does that
asteroid is.
mean that I
Yep.
could use that and it would be effective?
Yes.
Okay.
So then what I'll do, that'll be, but it's a save for on my end, right? If you were to do that, so it's gonna help. So then what I would want is Fitz cast with charisma.
I mean, how much con does an asteroid have?
Let me get a charisma based arcana check. So you gotta give me a charisma check with your proficiency, and we'll see if you hit it.
So
That's not.
Sorry.
Sorry.
So you're gonna give me your charisma plus modifier plus your proficiency. It's basically like it's arcana, even though arcana is intelligence. I'm applying it. You're using magic, but you're using magic with how you actually cast.
Okay. So if my charisma is +4 and my proficiency is +5, then I would do a +9.
Yes.
Got it. Okay. 15.
Okay, that just makes it. So all of you are like protecting the ship. You are burning spell slots here. As boom, 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 like the shatter boom, goes out, pushing many of the rocks away. You guys are riding it. It feels like you're like on turbulence here, without being strapped in, like just holding on to different parts of the ship, different parts of the mast. Just looking for.
Do you care about damage for that, or it's just like a pass-fail?
It's a pass-fail. Yeah,
Okay.
You spent a spell slot. You're going to do it's pretty much what you're doing is you're mitigating and keeping it from doing every one of those fails. I would be doing damage to the ship.
Got it.
So you're
Got
just
it.
mitigating
Okay.
damage. Yeah.
Hey, as this is going on, Proxenos would be helping the Akroans as the pelting is going on, trying to heal anyone that's taken damage and hurt from the asteroid.
Yeah, and a few people have kind of like bumped their head from the initial like few that like impacted, and so you're able to, are you using spell? What spell are you using?
I'm
or are you not?
I'm treating them and also using like mass cure wounds as like something like to help them really fast.
You could do, because you're not a medicine check. So I guess I would have taken them. You're gonna use them. I mean, here's the thing. Here's what I'll say in your benefit. I don't want you to burn a spell slot because I don't think anyone's really been There has been a lot of casualties or hurt because you guys have been really protecting the ship so far. So I'm trying to keep you from burning your spell slot. So, but what you could just say is that, because it doesn't mean you don't need to use a spell to be helping, right? You could be, people are falling over, you're trying to get them back on their feet, right? Like, you're someone's cut, you're wiping the blood out of their eye, there's a lot of other things you could be doing. So if it's just like a standard of like assisting in that way and like giving commands, that Akron is actually beginning to come out of, Proxenos, then you could be making, could use that as almost like a courageous, just give me a charisma. It would be a charisma check.
Just straight up charisma?
But like a wisdom-based charisma check, right?
Because that would be just a flat roll.
That would be a flat roll for Proxy. Yep.
He's
Do
also.
it. Don't be scared.
What do you think it would be? What do you think it would be? Anything else?
I mean, if you want to make it a charisma-based medicine check, I'll take that.
What are you with your medicine?
He gets his +5 to it.
It would be a plus. It'd be a +5. If you don't think it would be using wisdom,
I'll give it to you.
Okay. It'd be a +5. All right.
Ship's good so far. Yes, haven't taken any damage.
Rolled a 10 on the die. That's a 15.
Oh yeah.
15 as well. Good stuff. So you're like you're helping people. This guy he like hit his head like when the ship first like shuddered when Perseus moved it to the side and some of the rocks flew by, and so you're like cleaning the bruise up and you're like helping like command some of the Akroans. Things are beginning to intensify. Kind of camera pans up. Where's Moby on the decks anywhere? What's he doing?
So Moby was, feeling like, how could he help? He went down and was doing similar things in terms of making sure the Akrons were okay, to, instructing, to try to report any major damages to the ship and providing any aid as needed. So kind of probably splitting the duties of kind of running around the ship, making sure everyone's all right.
All right, so he's more so like similar to what Proxy's doing, but he's making sure everyone's kind of on the same page. So he's almost like relaying kind of message running. Give me acrobatics check as he makes his way through, different parts of the hull, different parts of the ship, to the back, to to the bow, to the, all that.
22.
Okay, and then it was Talmoon. So far, like you just kind of like, it's almost like that shot of you, like you always see that shot in like in the movies where the guy who's running messages through the submarine, through the tight quarters, right, or through the ship. Captain says this. Oh, you got it. You like run it over. And you hear like boom, 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 all outside. Okay.
Yeah, can I get 4 of these warriors to come up and not run around and actually help out and do their jobs and come load this mangonel so I can try to shoot down an asteroid or two? Missile air defense. Let's go.
Yep. You can fire the mangonel as an action that will count. Yep. And if you,
we need 4 of them to come help me.
No, they're helping. They're there. They're there. Like they're already there. Like trying to, as you're prepping it, and then
I don't know how that works. I don't know.
It's a plus. Well, I think it's a +6 to hit. You don't get. You get. It's a.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. So you just want me to roll a d20 +6?
Yep.
Like an attack roll?
Yep.
Okay,
yep.
yeah.
Make an attack
I
roll.
was like, I don't know what you want me to roll for that, but let's do it. Cool. 13 +6.
Magneto fires off. Whew. And there's this huge kind of like asteroid rock that's kind of like floating in, and just as it's like kind of like cutting through Sophia's blade barrier, your Magneto smashes right to it and splinters into a bunch of rocks, and those just kind of skip off. None of them hit the sails. None of them. The ones that do bounce off the side of the ship don't do any like major damage. They don't exceed like the threshold of the hull of the ship, and it begins to kind of power through. At this moment, you kind of like pull out as you all are entering the space here on Akron. So I want to point out some things. This is the Hammerhead. Oh, I know you can't see it. So this is your ship, the Hammerhead. This is Piaxathor's ship. Then there are 2 that are surviving ships. These are galleons. That one I forget the cannon-based ship, and I will momentarily here share their stats with you. And then this big bad boy is Delphine's arc of the Archon. The scenario as you are pulling into the ship, you can see like what's left of the land of THEROS here. Actually, it would go here. Give me 1 second. Couple things I want to share.
This is what's left of Akron?
Yes.
Okay.
So basically, this is like the shore area. And as you're coming in, you can see very far out the people on their way towards the shore. And they seem to be like, it's going to take them a while to get to you. So you can go in and get them. And then up there on the ridge is the city of Akros. So this is the positions of where everything is right now. And here's where we're going to crash to black, because when I come back, I'll explain how this combat is going to work with you all on the ships, and we're going to roll. And actually, we are going to roll. We're going to roll initiative right now. Persis, can you give me a straight dex roll with no modifier
For the ship?
So,
for the ship?
so you say straight dex roll. That's so
yeah, 'cause-
just a d20.
Just because
No other thing.
What's your acrobatics plus for Persis?
I think it's
his
plus
dex
2.
plus or his
Plus 2.
acrobatics? Are you
Let me
proficient?
see.
Yeah, are you proficient in?
No.
So it's just so then it would so then your what's your dex with your mod?
2.
Just 2. Then I'll give you the 2. So you get the 2 for the ship.
Okay.
That's yours. And
Yeah,
then
I was just getting confused because you say a flat dex check and like,
yeah. I'm sorry.
which one's which?
God,
But yeah, no worries.
you don't roll that juicy dex check right now. Come
Yeah, because in Avernus, like, because I get it confused with my other game. When in Avernus, the way the machines, like when you control them, you just literally just roll flat numbers, but you'll be making a dex check, and you only get a plus if the machine has a plus. You don't get anything. So yeah, that's kind of confusing myself there.
Okay.
See
Alright.
that? I mean,
So yeah, that's an 8. for that.
it's an option.
All right,
I'm not saying no.
all right.
Where my boy Bericles?
I don't need anybody else to roll initiative, but
You'll
that's
be
where we're at,
perfect
and then
ammunition.
we'll come back and we'll jump back in. Good stuff.
Cool.
Wait, so we're just ship fighting. Just ship fighting.
Just some ship fighting.
Apparently.
We take our turn with the ship.
Load all the crab ammo.
Like we couldn't like call ahead or nothing like that. Be like, yo, I'm about to be there in like 15. Go ahead, and wait on the curb. Like
We've
They're
been communicating
already
with
waiting.
them. Yeah.
I think this
like,
is the
hit
best
him with
that
that
they got.
Uber. Like you not here in 5 minutes. We out of here.
I'm sorry, have you watched the news when they tell people to evacuate for a fire or a hurricane? People dawdle.
Oh yeah.
Well,
I
those
have had
people-
to evacuate
they've
for a fire alarm.
they've been on it. They
They do not
didn't
wanna
wait.
leave.
They just are
Yeah.
like it's a journey from Akron is up in the mountains. Like it would
Yeah.
take them multiple days to get on foot.
We,
They
we
don't.
call that natural selection. If you a Doppler, you done Donald. That's your life
I'm-
decision.
I'm sure there will be some natural selecting going on here.
I mean, naturally selected by an asteroid falling from the sky. There's gonna be a problem. Oh no,
Oh no! Oh no!
That's a big one.
that
I
don't
don't
look
thi-
good.
That is a doom
No.
space if I've ever seen one.
Where One Punch Man at? I need some help.
Okay, hear me out. Is there a big tree somewhere?
Is there a tree large enough for an asteroid to fit through? Man? That's the question. Then we could just send it in this directly at crew. We could send it directly to the Murder King. Be like, yo, bruh, special delivery, my dude.
Probably not. But
Can we get cast in large on a tree?
we can try.
Yo, we need a pet tree. You need to get on that, Proxenos. We need a tree that just walks around with us.
Need a
That's I feel like we could probably find something like that in the Vale.
We could
If
for
we
sure find something like
if we
that.
hunted around.
Just a tree that's ready to have enlarge reduce cast on it at all times. It's just, it's one of those weird things, because if it's alive, if it's not alive, they're all alive. Sorry, people.
Your friend door.
But 100% friend door. It's like, yo, my man, can I just get through just real right quick? You just
1 second.
That's different.
Yeah. Oh.
Yo,
I'll be
I'm
right
worried.
back. I can still hear though, if you want to chat.
No, you're good. Go ahead, handle your thing. Handle your stuff.
I'll go over those in a minute. So, Jason, do you see the ship combat rules?
I did see those,
Okay.
yeah.
Perfect. Yeah, we'll go over them. Yeah, so we'll be trying these out, but
Yeah.
and then I am going to probably give you the actions of the other ships. Did I?
That's weird. So we all take actions, but does it require an action on our part to tell the Akroans to do their job?
No. So basically, you're going to be treating this almost like miniature combat, where when it's the ship's turn, you can fire all the ships. You can use all the ship's weapons, right? You can use the mangonel. You can use the
that's the reason why we have the 13 Akroans, right?
Yes,
because they can technically handle that on their own.
You'll just be somebody will just be choosing to roll for those attacks, and you can be choosing to roll for the other. And then the thing is, when it comes to magic and stuff like that, you would literally just be doing that. You have every round is a minute. So because of that, you all have free reign to cast. You're almost just using your normal actions as though you're role playing.
Yeah.
So if someone in the middle of the round just wanted to cast Shatter, you can cast Shatter.
Yeah, it's like I want to cast 10 spells right now. Let's go.
You could do that. You'd use all the slots, but you could
I'd be out of spell slots so that round one
but you
we
can
win
totally
hard.
do it. Yeah.
Bonus points. You're never on Discord now.
Oh, somebody was asking someone on Discord.
No. I was gonna say bonus points if you could tell me what music video that is, but you can't. But you're not on Discord.
Oh shoot! What music video? Okay, that was. Come on. I used to watch that video a bunch of times.
That's stuck in my head forever. That take that dance. Like, Diddy, what you doing? What you and Big Shaq doing?
I remember the video, but I can't even remember the song. What video this was from? What song it's from? But I know, I remember the video with Shaq in it. Like, I'm not gonna get those bonus points at the moment. Probably my D&D brain is on shutdown.
Yeah, 100%.
Oh shoot!
I'm down for Big 8 time.
Yo, did you see? Dude, that's a minute, bro. It's a minute every round. So if we do that other plan, that ammunition's gonna be having some fun because they got a whole minute of being out there.
Now I know this isn't gonna make sense, but it's just for the sake of playing this kind of round to round. I know that the mangonels could shoot multiple times in a minute, right, based on their actions. But when you use them, you can only use each ship's weapon once per ship round.
That's fine. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. Just because it would just be a bunch of rolling, simple shots back and forth, and that's not really what it's about. We're just trying to simulate.
Mal, I'll send you a message on Zoom, just so you know.
Okay.
Troy, do you know?
I literally just got back here.
What do you know what music video that is? What I posted on? I try to pull Mal's card, but apparently Mal was too old for that. But I didn't.
I'm not. I remember the vid. It was in my college days.
I'm pretty sure it was P. Diddy days. It was
P. Diddy days, and I was
That was Bad Boys for Life days.
That was Bad Boys for Life. Look at you, Troy. On it.
Sophia,
Yeah,
Listen, we
talking
may
over
be
people.
separated for fucking thousands of miles, but
Hey, you're closer to Diddy in the. You're closer to Diddy in the take that, take that. Diddy in New York.
I thought he was in Florida.
I mean, he might be in Florida now. You know, Puff Daddy in the Family Days, he was in New York. I don't know. Actually, I can't tell you where P
Let's
Diddy
get
lives.
it. I don't think I know that one.
What is that? Is that stick representing a certain distance?
Oh yeah, they're so about 7 inches
We're
is the
about to
standard
die.
is the standard movement of a ship, because each space, or each, instead of being 5 feet, it's 50 feet. So if the ship moves 35, basically would be moving that would be 300 and I think 50 feet, right, in one move is what a ship could do. It cannot dash.
So you saying 7 inches in a minute, or 7 inches in a round?
7 inches in a minute per round. Yeah.
It's 350 feet a minute. Kind of slow.
The ship moves 30. Okay, the ship moves. It's a slow ass ship. It moves 35.
No, I'm not mad at you.
So what do you mean? It moves. Okay, the ship moves 35 feet per 6 seconds, right?
Okay, so yeah, okay, yeah, that's cool.
So yeah, so because you guys are literally like, you're like literally floating. You know, these are floating ships. They're very slow ships.
Yeah. I'm just saying that's like 8 miles an hour. You know, that's
like
you know, your average kindergartner.
I'm actually increasing them because the average. I think your ship goes 4 miles an hour by the stats. Yeah.
I get out and walk
4 miles an hour. So remember, 4 miles an hour when it's not in twilight mode, and when any other time it's moving really slow, which is, you know, Spelljammer logic is crazy. So
okay.
Suddenly the ship goes 4 miles. Yeah.
We're either going plaid or we're straight just walking.
It's pretty much their version of warp speed. If you're not in warp speed, you're just moving really slow. You're pretty much a regular ship, you know. And then
Gotcha.
Yeah, regular ships go much faster than 4 miles an hour.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess if there's no wind, they don't.
Yeah. Yes.
Hey Troy, how fast is a knot?
I'm in Ohio. Why would I know that?
Come on, man. You know.
I'm not a naval fucking personnel. American Army, you want to know like clicks and stuff? Maybe I can help you out there, but
Click is a distance, not a speed, right?
Click? Yeah, it is technically. But I can help you with distances then. I don't know what a fucking knot is, let alone a fathom or any of that. I don't know what that measurement is.
I'm pretty sure a knot is just we dropped a rope in the water and we're gonna see how much of this rope goes into the water while we I mean,
that's originally how they calculated it. I know that much.
Yeah. That was like the best thing y'all could come up with. Just let's drop this rope in the water and see how many of these ties go in. Okay. Does everybody have ship combat up?
Working through it slowly.
Why the shit would I want a ship combat? I'm just gonna go with the flow.
I mean, okay. I am told that we can blow all our spells on the first round and just watch from then on. So that's what I'm doing.
Same here.
All I need is Eldritch Blast.
Ain't that the truth?
Mm-hmm.
Just slowly dwindle shit down.
We might be getting
8th level magic
here.
missile. Take that, Diddy style. I'm sorry. I'm on take that forever now. Because Diddy ruined me as a child. Because we was bad boy for life. I just feel like the bad boy for life energy is very similar to the bronze bully energy. I mean, what do you think? We going DMX? What energy we go?
I don't. God. We are very rough riders. I'm not even gonna lie.
With the Rough Riders? Shut them down, open up shop?
You guys done that. You've killed the whole black market, remember?
That's a bit scary. I just noticed that as the ship takes damage, bad effects happen to the ship.
What about that Saint Lunatics, man? Can we be Saint Lunatics? Can we have that energy? Your street in the Range Rover? Street sweeper, baby. Pop ready to let it go.
We did at one point, but I
Didn't
don't
you see
think
me,
it's
Coco?
the
What?
const. I think constantly.
But then we move from there. So we rocking them Air Force Ones. You know, we also stylish.
Well, that's just because Fitz literally decks everybody out with shit.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm trying to get multiple energies here.
All right.
I'm going Saint Lunatics.
You have all of literally like late 90s or mid to late 2000s energy in this party, all right?
Get some of that Bubba Sparks.
Who the hell does... Who gives off Bubba Sparks energy in this party?
Sophia.
Nah. Liar.
Don't hate on Bubba Sparks.
All right. So let's see. I'll wait to make sure Persis is back. Okay, perfect. So this is how this will work. First off, continuing to set the scene that there are approximately 8 to 10,000 Akroans that are making their way towards, or just across the land that you can see from a great distance. And they've begun that tactical retreat. You can see Mount Velus behind, or what was Mount Velus, the lands behind it, just engulfed by this darkness and the swirling like red nebula around it. The city is collapsing, erupting in flames. The ground is cracking as inner magma from under the earth is spewing up. And this is, you all are going to be playing yourselves, but you're also going to be taking, you can also take control and command either your ships or weaponry on your ships. The combat rules here are as follows. I've already rolled initiative for all of the ships. So as it stands right now, let's see, Captain Horn. So there's Captain Horner's trireme named Atos, which is a small ship here, goes first. Then the Ark of the Archons. Then the Hammerhead. Then there are comets that are heading, which will go. Then our asteroids will go. Then that will be followed by where is the second?
Multiple
Captain Xandra's
designations.
ship, and then the Rhodos. But where is Piaxathor's ship is the Leon there. So actually, should only be.
Oh man, you naming ships that we cannot see.
I know. Don't worry about
I'm just
that.
throwing that out.
I'll call them out on their turn. So here's what's going to happen on a ship's turn. A round is not 6 seconds. A round is a full minute. The ships are moving really slow, setting up there. They're firing guns. You can use any weapons on the ship once per turn. Anyone can roll from. Whoever's the bosun that's commanding them can roll for it. If you want to say Telmoon is commanding people to shoot, then Telmoon, you can roll for that shot. That actually doesn't take your action because the Akroans are firing the weapons. Your action for that minute is essentially pretty much just role play. So if you were going to cast 6 spells in this minute, you can, if you want. But remember their range, 1 inch, like basically like we're on that would normally be 5 feet. That's 50 feet. So if you've got something that is 150 foot spell, it's only going to go that far away from the ship. You see, because you're a little person on the ship. The goal is to move the Archon of the Ark, at least get it close to where it can dock, close to wherever the people are, and to start to onboard them. And it can onboard about 2 of these little miniatures, 2 per turn. Once it's there, and once it's like dropped the plank, or once it's dropped set itself up, then people can start to load on. You're trying to save as many people as possible, and you can see that out of the void, in addition to the comets or the asteroids are coming from the ground, rocks being spewed from the land being destroyed. But then there are these strange comets coming out of these dark greenish powers that are streaming. They almost have like a face on them, and those comets seem to be moving as though they have a mind of their own. They are arcing towards the ships. There are 4 of them. If you were to see, they are over there. Oh, they're green, so you can hardly see them. But yep. And here's another thing that's going to happen. Ship exhaustion rules. So basically what happens is as your ship takes damage, everyone starts to suffer certain disadvantages based on the ship. These aren't exhaustion that you'll be taking, but they're exhaustion that effects that apply to not only your ship, but you, as long as you're on it. So when the ship takes 20% damage, so the first time the ship takes 80 hit points, then it will get disadvantage on ability checks. All ability checks to its shots, its guns. When it hits 160 points, its speed will halve, and your speed will halve because parts of the ship are blown off. You're trying to leap over things. It's more debris, so it's harder for you to move around your own ship. When it loses 60%, disadvantage on attack rolls and saving throws. When it gets to 80%, its hit point value is maxed. So the ship that has 400 hit points would now only have 200 total. It would need that repairing time. And then when it gets to 100%, it's pretty much dead in the water, and it starts making death saves every round. That's when a ship could be destroyed forever. With that, I don't think I might not have given you I thought I put them. I don't think I might have got around to doing that. So what I'll say, the first ship that's up is not the Bronze Bully ship, so it is this little ship here, corner. It is if you tell me where you basically can move up to move up to about this far. You can kind of tell me, think of the board in quadrants, like the northern quadrant, southern quadrant, western, you maybe go eastern, upper, north quadrant. I can kind of point it towards the direction you want to send that ship. And then if you'd like to fire any weapons on it, you can. I'll tell you that all the other ships except for Piaxathor is the only one that has like a bombard ship, has a big gun on it. Everybody else's has 2 ballista and 1 mangonel. So they can fire all 3 of those weapons, and you have those stats on your ship as well. So this ship has the 2 ballista and the mangonel. Anything you want to do? Otherwise, I will control that ship if you don't want to think about it.
Yeah, sorry, Mel. I got 2 questions for you and 1 question for the group.
Go for it.
Question number 1: are celestial bodies considered creatures for targeting perspectives? Like, can we target the green-faced comets as if they're people?
Those, I would say you can,
but
not the
meteors.
not the asteroids.
Got it. Okay,
Yep.
Cool. Other one. Mending takes a minute. A round's a minute. Is there a number in your head that if we spend time mending, that we can get hit points back?
Mending, if you do it for a minute, you would get what, D8? How much would you do?
That's up to you. I mean, in your head, what you think is fair for how many people we can cast mending. In theory, in case we need it.
Well, when you cast mending, it says for spelljammers they can only use it once per hour.
Once per hour. Okay.
Once per hour.
Cool. So we could emergency use it once.
Emergency use it once between the both.
And it's a D8.
It's a
okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
D8 plus, is it D8 plus something? It's on the ship. I think I put it in the.
Yeah, it's probably on here somewhere, like in health.
It's on the repair. On the ship stats or like.
Yep, mended fire repair. Oh, mended fire repair doesn't have anything on there. Because we mended the fire repair. That makes sense. Ship stats. Hammerhead stats. Repairs. Repairing 1 hit point of damage per day. Nope, that's not it.
Oh, okay, no, I didn't add the. Okay, I must have put it on my stat. Let me remind myself. Where? So I gotta find a place to put all this stuff.
I ain't got cure ship. I don't know if Proxy knows too. But
nah.
Sorry for asking.
Maybe if it was a tree ship.
Also, question to the party. This sounds mean, so make sure Telmoon says it. Do we want the little ships to be a shield for the big ship that we need to move forward? Or do we want them to move independently?
I feel like we could utilize the little ships to get as many refugees out as possible.
Or can they get loaded on the little ships too?
They're meant to be loaded on the Ark. The Ark is the ship that's meant to take a large amount of people. The little ships don't have the capacity. They
might be able to handle like a couple. If
each one of those people
overflow.
Each one of those people is 500 people. They won't. Each person represents 500 people.
So they're okay,
So
because
they're
that
good
was
for
my
combat.
thought.
They're built for combat.
Uh-huh.
I'm so mad I can't find.
Are they faster than us?
They're tiny.
They're
I feel like we can't let Piaxathor's ship go down. Like, if we're gonna protect any of the little ships, that's the one that I would.
I mean, if we're gonna
protect.
protect any of the little ships, I'm
Funny,
gonna protect the
they're all
hammerhead first.
They're
But
all
you
the
know-
same.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're space gallons. They look a
Yeah.
little smaller than your ship, but they're pretty much like the same ship. So they're all around the 7.
Yeah, Piaxathor is huge because Piaxathor has the biggest weapon. So we
Yeah.
do need
Mhm.
Piaxathor to stay up.
I'll say this
Yeah.
ship move. This ship can move 8. It's a smaller ship, so yeah, that one is an 8.
Okay.
He's-
So do we want to send them out as decoys, or do we want to try to keep them close to where they maybe can absorb a hit?
Can't they target any of the incoming missiles to try to blow them up?
Missiles are pretty far away right now, so those are there. Oh, I will say there are 3 asteroids incoming from this quadrant here. So those, this is about 350 feet. So that's what
Okay.
they would need the range. They need that asteroid is out about 400 feet right now.
What's the range of these? It's 200 to 800 feet. So we could have the little ships just target the meteors because that's the only thing that's really in range at the moment, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're muted,
Yeah.
Jason.
We would target them at disadvantage unless we told them to hold their attacks until they were in range. But I'm okay with that. I'm just stating it.
Do we have to worry about ammunition, or are we?
We ammunitioned
fire.
up, Mel.
You guys are ammunition. It should say on your ship how many mangonels you have and how many ballistas you have. You should have a.
Well, we're talking about ammo here. It says ammo on it.
Like the number? Yeah, it should say for your mangonel has under the ship. Or hit points, it should have 50 ballista bolts. It's on the ship information and cargo. 40 gallons.
Oh,
of
we're not
bolts,
running out because we can only shoot
You got
2
50.
per round.
2 per. Yeah, so you got 50. So you should be good. But and then for does it say mangonels? We'll assume you have the same for those as well. For now. Yeah. 50.
Okay. Yeah, I'm down for holding fire, waiting for the meteorites to come as we're like slowly trying to approach the shores.
All right.
So would we dash?
We
We
can't
can't
dash in
dash.
the ships.
Oh, I thought I saw dash.
Ships
Oh,
don't
Lord.
they don't dash.
It says ships cannot dash. Psych.
Yep, you can. I imagine. So you're trying to just hold all the ships like where they are on the line, not moving anything.
Oh no, there's no not moving for the arc. We need the arc to move forward, right?
Yeah,
There's
yeah. So
slower.
Yeah.
okay, so basically, I want to know: is this ship moving before we move for the arc? Is this is the guy first? Is he going anywhere?
So we should have them go towards some of the hazards to try to attack them, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Or also
Yeah.
to get hit first. Yes.
All right. So
That way. Oh, he got all up in there?
you want to be like over here?
Apparently.
So that's moving his top speed. If you want him to just stay kind of just drift in a bit, so you see the ship move, and then the arc. So the arc moves.
There's no close range penalty technically, so as long as they're within 200 feet, then they're doing full damage or the best they can with their attacks.
I thought there was a minimum.
Is there
distance.
for a Mangonel?
Did I make that up?
Within 60 feet. Yeah, so it needs to stay 60 feet away.
Yep, 60 feet.
That's only for the Mangonel.
It can move.
Yeah, so we need it to stay at least 60 feet away if we want it to fire. Or fire before it gets there, because it's moving. So it's fire as soon as it gets within 200 feet, and then it can move to wherever we want it to move.
Yeah.
So the arc can move 200 feet. Be about right here. Right here if you want. Or in a different direction. Is that fine? Is that where you want it?
So we're sending the arc directly towards the people?
I think the arc needs to go directly towards the people, and the little ships need to go on danger side of the arc.
Yeah.
Because the arc is the only way that the people are going to get evacuated.
Protect arc at all costs.
And little ship's holding its Mangonel until something's in range.
Okay. This one's holding their Mangonel?
Yeah.
Okay, they would be, because what's the range?
We want the short range, so we want 200 feet.
Got it. So they're waiting. Okay. And then you guys can, as I go through this, put it in the chat too, so we all have so it's the first little small ship is gone, then it's the Ark of the Archons, now it's the Hammerhead. So the Hammerhead is up, and it's right behind, it's right there.
Are we going to do the same thing, or do you want to do something special with us? It's technically we take our turns here too.
Yes, this is also where you all can do stuff as well. You're out of...
Yeah, I think we should do what we can to protect the arc.
Yeah. Towards danger then.
Yeah.
Towards danger.
We're not in combat range of anything, so like with spell wise, I'll be holding one spell at the end for something to come close. I guess if that works, DM.
Who are you asking that?
You can hold a spell at the end. Like if it's just holding one spell, we can hold it at the end. Is that allowed?
You're gonna hold it till you're holding it till the end.
Like, could we also hold until something's in range, or is it gonna take too long for it to get to range? So we're gonna drop the spell.
Well, you could normally only hold a spell
for the round.
I mean,
for a round, yeah. It's whatever a round is, yeah.
Yeah.
But usually only for 6 seconds.
For only 6 seconds. So I think that's since you can do anything you want almost out of order. I don't know if you can hold it in that.
That's cool. Yeah. Then spells aren't going to be good unless you have something that can reach that way.
Because essentially you'd be like, this calm is coming, you'd be trying to like time it, hold it, and time it. No,
I think that's fair.
Yeah. Okay. So after it's
is anybody doing anything besides prepping the Mangonel and the ballista?
How many need to be at the Mangonel, or
we have all 13 need to be there.
So you all don't even have to worry about. You don't have to worry about manning the Mangonel. Yes.
Okay.
The specifics is that you have an entire crew for that.
Got it.
So this is how much, anywhere in this direction, pretty much almost up to this line is how far the ship could move. But just where does it want to be? Is it kind of strafe this way? Is it going, towards the asteroids to kind of create this buffer against the arc?
I vote buffer.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I think we should.
I think we all buffer the arc until we're in danger and need to move.
And we can do some sort of spell. Or
if
something.
you can do something that will work for now,
you can do it now.
I am looking at Whirlwind, which is a 300-foot range.
Yep.
But I'm wondering, because it talks about creatures, but it also sucks up any medium or smaller objects. Would these be considered medium or smaller objects, or are they too big?
Medium
otherwise,
or smaller,
this will be useless.
Yeah,
Tyroxes is the outer range of medium. Is there anything smaller than Tyroxes?
They're too big. They're just too.
Okay.
These are giant rocks. They're just too big.
That's all I have that would reach at this point.
Okay.
Is there anything on the ship that we think? I don't think there's anything on here that looks like we can prep.
You can fire your mangonels. Don't they go? You have anything at 600 feet?
Well, I mean, we do, but I mean,
you can fire those at the. You can fire them at the.
We can only fire once, so we might as well wait for them to get within 200 feet because they're going to go this turn, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why are you getting it? Why are you waiting instead of firing them now?
Because if it's at 600, we fire at disadvantage. But if it's within 200, we fire straight.
If they move in on this turn, then yeah, you can get them. Okay, makes sense. I see the logic.
And if they don't move in, they're not a threat. So.
Right, that makes sense. I'm with it.
And they defy the laws of nature.
They move to 201 feet and stop so that we lose our turn.
They do not move like that. I will say the asteroids will not. They don't even. I won't even necessarily move them at you. I'm rolling random dice, and they tell me where they're going. Unlike the comets that have a mind of their own, those are a little different. So the asteroids are not so much. They're literally random. So there's a chance that even though they're that close to you, they literally go north or they go south another way, and they just don't hit you.
And did you say that we cannot target the comets, or did I misunderstand that?
You can comment them. You can comment them like they're creatures.
Okay.
Yeah, the comets we can. The little ones on the side we can't. The random ones we can't.
It's just that the comets are so far away.
They're far away right now. It's the first round, so they're far away because on the other side of the board, that is where the vortex is, or the Eye of Doom, right? Yeah. Imagine like all of that as being. So these things are coming out of that. They're being spewed out of that eye. So you're just starting to see them kind of blink into existence, coming out of that darkness. Like you see a little spot, and it's like, and then here these things are flying out of there.
Those cloaking devices mess with me. I don't know if they have a super high AC or what. Got some blur.
Okay. So Hammerhead has moved. It's holding its action. Everyone on the ship is kind of doing things. The comets will move there.
Cool. So if anything comes at us, it's getting hit with 6 things. How many of us are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hey, we can all roll a d20.
Hell yeah.
But 2 people need to be a ballista. Who wants to be a ballista?
I'll take ballista duty.
Okay. I'll take the other ballista, so everybody else roll a mangonel.
Whoa, those comets are fast.
Yeah, they're fast.
Yup.
This is a problem.
Yeah, everybody else roll a mangonel, and we need a... Oh, there's multiple. That's great.
Mm-hmm.
There's 3 of them. Do we split it up 2 and 2?
I know they're so hard to see.
There's 4?
4.
There's 4.
There's 4 of them? Oh, crap. They all showed up. Got it.
And so they're like
2 of them are like
in
together, so I can't tell.
Yeah, 2 of them are splitting. Yeah, I know they're hard. So 2 of them are, one's here, one's there. These 2 are converging on the hammerhead and basically touching like in and like. So they would normally stream through you, but they're moving at their normal speed. They don't move any faster, but they're like hitting, and they could continue on flying off. But as they hit,
well, we would have shot at them first.
Yeah. Go ahead and make your shots.
Half of us want to do hammerhead. That's Nick, and 2 of the mangonels.
Yeah.
They're all doing mangonel.
What do we roll?
D20. Roll
D20.
D20 plus 6.
Okay.
Ballista.
And then for you,
so that's what they look
damage,
like without the background. That's based.
Gotcha.
Mangonel damage is 5d10. Ballista for me and Nick is 3d10.
Okay, not too bad. 23 to hit.
That will hit. And they're coming, and they're so quick. They seem like they're hard for you to get that shot right. But because they're coming directly at you, you've got time to judge where to fire the mangonel for it to hit correctly, and it's gonna hit.
Yeah, I got 25 to hit.
There you go.
That is gonna hit as well.
What about
13 damage.
All right.
That's 5d10 for the.
You see them like kind of like juking, like trying to. You
yes,
can tell
for
that they
you, it's 5d10.
strangely. They seem to like try to dodge, but they get hit. So are you hitting the same? Are you guys hitting the same one, or would you like to try to?
Is there any way we can't? We don't have enough time to shoot individually, huh?
What do you mean?
To like see what happens after each damage.
Do
we have to call it beforehand?
I'll take that. I mean, I'm not going to be a stickler about that. So you fire the first one.
What's it look like after 13 damage?
Yeah, after 13 damage. That first one, poof. It's still coming. You hit it. Some fragments came off of it, but it's not shaking. So you can pelt into the same one, or you can apply your damage, Moby, to the second one, because there's two of them still hitting you. So
I'm gonna hit the same one at 33.
33 damage.
33 damage.
33 with the Mangonel?
Yep.
Yeah, with the 5d10. Yeah.
Jeez. 33.
And then I think Fitz is the last one on our sheet.
Yeah.
What kind of damage does the Mangonel do? Is it bludgeoning?
It's got to be
Bludgeoning.
Yeah, just making sure. Okay. It will take 33. The
13 was piercing, the 33 was bludgeoning.
Okay, so this thing has like its tail was streaking kind of beautifully, like and it's beginning to tail off, like it's shrunk by the time the comet is gotten smaller and weaker when it's about to impact.
All right, Fitz, it's on you. Which direction?
So that hit knocked that off course.
I mean, it's just I'm more flavor. It's still going to attack if it's still alive.
Okay.
But it's looking weaker. It looks like it's kind of trying to like glance the ship and continue on if it can.
I'm gonna try, and nothing else looks like it's.
So
I'm gonna
basically,
focus
this
on that one.
Looks really weak.
Yeah, I'm gonna focus on that one.
Okay.
And I rolled an 18 to hit.
That will. And this is a ballista?
This is a mangonel.
Mangonel. It's like right, it's coming in, it goes right over the top and just misses it.
Oh, bitch!
Now Persis, Talmoon,
Damn.
Sophia, you two are controlling the mangonels on the other ship, which should be in range.
Yes.
Where are we aiming?
The second ship that has.
Because it looks like there might be. Is that one coming for that second ship? The one closest to us is
this
the
one
comet.
looks like it's coming for that smaller ship. Yes,
It is. So are we protecting ourselves? Are we protecting the hammerhead? Or are we protecting the arc? I think is what's on that other side.
Well, two of them are going towards the hammerhead.
Yeah.
One's going towards the small.
Us.
And
we're on the small
then-
ship right now. So do we have the small ship protect itself, or do we protect
have
something
to.
else?
We
Or
have
do we
to.
aim for the hurt one and make sure we at least destroy one?
Dude, that we have to protect ourselves. That we get hit by one, we're probably going to be
Cool. Let's do it. Persis, you're free?
KO.
Yeah.
Okay.
Unfortunately, I rolled already, and it's an 11.
Oh,
Okay.
But the ship has three weapons.
Yeah.
who else?
It's gonna be Troy and me.
Okay.
Troy's the mangonel, and then I'll roll the ballista last.
All right. Mangonel plus 5. Is that right?
Oh, it's +6.
Plus 6.
Or actually, I'm lied. Yeah, yours is +5. I am a
Okay.
liar.
Plus 6
I'm
is
so
the
sorry.
ballista.
The ballista
20.
is +6.
23 to hit.
That will hit. Damage.
Oh, come on. 41.
Nice.
And then I rolled a dirty 20 for another 24 piercing. Rolled a 10, a 9, and a 5.
And these are all to this one right here.
Those, yeah. So the 40,
How much? How much was it? 20?
I think it's 65 total if we don't need to break up damage.
65 total. Okay, you don't need to break it up. Jeez, it is barely. It's
We're still gonna get hit.
damn.
barely.
Oh man.
Hey, it's shrink. You said they're shrinking in size, so
Wait.
like maybe
Yeah, so,
that's
like-
less damage.
Yeah,
Wait a minute.
smaller damage die as they shrink.
Yeah.
tell Jason, you took 2 shots with the ballista?
I took 1. It's 3d10.
You just took 1? Okay.
I just rolled really high. Yeah, the 24 was the damage that was in the shot.
Good shit. It was so close.
60. So 65 is close.
Yep.
So 69, one, isn't it?
So going back, to them, the creatures will do their slam attack to the first one to the hammerhead for 23.
I mean, that hits.
And then
our AC is only a 15.
Doing 20 bludgeoning damage. And 8 fire. The 8 fire damage won't do anything because it does not clear your threshold.
Okay. Cool.
And let's just see.
So is nothing's doing double damage? It's just straight
interesting. The bludgeoning.
20.
So it's a siege weapon. The siege monster, the comet deals double damage to objects and structures. That means its fire would be double damage too, right? So it would be a 16.
So we're saying we're getting 56 total?
It would be... Sorry, actually, I don't know. Let me see what I rolled for fire. Because I want to be fair. Slam was... I don't know. I see the
20.
20 was the 20 because I did 10 bludgeoning.
Okay, so 20 was the double.
So I'll just re-roll the fire to be fair. So fire would be 6. 6 would be 12. That does not clear the threshold, so you're okay. Okay, so you just take the 20.
So we're at
the
380,
second one,
we're still safe. Okay.
The second one strikes. Slam attack. 17 hits. Doing the bludgeoning. Be 20. That's double. And the fire would be 8. Fizzles out. So there's another 20. So from those two as they slam into the ship.
Okay, that's 10% damage.
Yep. And then the one that's flying for the Spitfire, which is a ranged attack, almost like it's sending out like smaller, like orbital little pieces that can pepper the ship and try to hit for 21, which will hit that ship.
Almost like, I'm gonna just start spinning at us. What is happening?
It's not gonna hurt that ship with the threshold. So
spit
that
hot
one,
fire like Dylon?
Yeah.
No. Which comet did that? The red one?
Yep.
That comet has bars.
That comet continues to head that direction, stays its course.
Do we know what ship it's aiming for?
Give me an insight check from you, Tillman, since you asked. You're on the side of the ship, looking at it, seeing where it's curving towards.
Damn, to see this watch. That's a dirty 6.
Okay, so you have no clue as you see it, because it looks like it's going towards Piaxathor's ship, but the way you've seen these things move, you realize they can dramatically change course.
You missed.
At this moment, there's 3 asteroids. One of them flies. Where's my chart? That was a 3, 6 inches. So this one goes 6 inches south. Second one goes 12 inches towards the closest ship. That would be the hammerhead. So this one hits. The thing is different. It explodes. It will make an attack. It's a smaller asteroid, so it will be. Thought I made this stuff easy to find, but no, I didn't.
No worries. You said 2d4, right?
No, those are
Tiny
different. This one is small, so
Trying to help you
Yep.
out. Make it easy.
Yeah, it is a smaller. It's 2d8.
Okay.
I like 2d4 much better.
It's still with it being. Oh, actually, I rolled damage before I rolled to hit. So. Sorry. It's fine.
No worries.
That is. Okay. That's gonna miss. So what that means is that like it was in your direction, but maybe it was elevation like slightly above the ship or rightly below the ship. So it does not leave. It just continues on past, and it went 12 feet. So it's over here somewhere, flying that way and heading, and it will continue that direction until it flies off. So you're in luck there. The third asteroid will. I rolled another 1.
So that's north, right?
He just does a U-turn.
One
That's what that just
one
was.
one is 12 towards the closest ship, so it attacks again. This is a larger. It's one of the large ones.
So it's like 3d4?
It rolled an 8, so it misses again. Follows through. It touches that ship. It rolls
no.
to hit.
No.
30-20 to hit that ship.
No.
That's Dunzo. That's Dunzo. We don't even know.
That thing's bigger than that ship.
41 damage.
That can't be doubled.
That's double.
How did you get 41 doubling?
48, and then I doubled it.
And got an odd number?
On d8s.
No. I mean,
What do
y'all hear what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't get
Yeah.
41. You can get 40 or 42.
Oh, I'm sorry. So 21. So it'd be 42. Sorry.
Okay.
So I was actually just off of my math and saving you.
I'll take
a
that
hit
half
point.
It was like
Right,
41. I was just wondering.
I was
like,
saving
did
you a
roll
hit
half
point. Yeah,
point of
yeah.
damage in there?
I was saving you a hit point, so it's 42.
We don't care about that shit. We don't know who's there.
All right, so that first ship takes 42. I'll note it out of its 400.
Okay. I'm not even gonna track those other ships. We don't care. They died.
That's like 10%.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
at three. It's
10%
at
on it.
358 on that one. There are no more asteroids, at least pouring towards you at the moment. We move to the Leon, which the Leon is Yaxador's ship, and it is this ship here, and it has a slightly different because similar to you all, like flying over these past 4 days, the ships have begun to take on certain traits, and this is the one that he is. So it has like this lion at the end of this big battle cannon, right? The open mouth. And for his, he has 2 ballistas that can be fired. He can also be moved the same speed, about 350 feet. And then he also has the giant cannon. So this, and also you can, when it comes to ships, you can target their weaponry as well. I know you guys aren't fighting ships, you're fighting comets, but and these things aren't going to target your weaponry, but if it was other ships that could like target, that's why your weaponry has hit points. The giant cannon has an armor class of 19, 250 hit points. The cannon can take 3 actions to load the enormous weapon, so it's a it's a +6 normal, 600 to 2400 feet in range, and one target. It's a 16 d10 bludgeoning damage.
Interesting.
So he
Do
has
we
a
wanna target a new
massive
one?
weapon.
With that, or do we
So
want to
you
kill
got-
something
and
that's
that's-
already weak?
That's this guy right on the edge of the camera there. I'll kind of swoop the camera back over so we can see, push in on.
No, we still need them to move into 180 feet so that the ballista don't shoot at disadvantage.
Okay,
But-
yeah, so we can move the 7. If you want to move them in close to you all, is that what you're trying, or
Is
you
there
wanna
a too close
you
for
can-
the cannon?
Oh yeah, there is. Actually, without me checking, I would probably say it's probably the same as 60 feet, because that cannon, I doubt you could just fire. I'd probably say 100 feet for that cannon. But the cannon, the short range on it with advantage, right, is
No,
is
it's not.
600
It's just
so
not
it's-
having disadvantage.
right, not having a shot. So it's 600 feet, and then it's to 2,400 feet. So that it has like a huge range. So I would think that you would never probably shoot that any closer than 100 feet. So yeah.
Okay. So
Which would
do you
be
guys
like
wanna just
maybe
go
like
to
10. That'd be
100
like
feet and
10
fire?
inches. So that's like 10 inches from something. So you still have adequate maneuverability on where you want to.
Does Hammerhead crew, the 3 that fired for the Hammerhead, want to fire for this one?
You're also sending in a different direction. You want to kind of stay close. You guys want to move. The ship
2
is still
ballistas
here.
and a big cannon.
And then there's one more ship coming in there.
What's
I
the?
think
2 ballistas.
Yeah. So the 3 of you just decide who wants to shoot a ballista, who wants to shoot the cannon.
I will shoot ballista again.
Okay.
And with
Okay.
as far as the
Are you-
movement of it, does it make sense since it has such extreme range to keep it on the
Mhm.
periphery?
We could, but then we would roll disadvantage with the ballista. It's up to you. I'm okay
also,
with
I'm
that.
worried of more comets coming in, and then they would be on like the closest intercept path to it.
Yeah. So as long as they are closer than the Ark, because we'd rather lose that than the Ark, but
Right. So
we'd
just
rather
move them
lose
up a
other
bit.
ships than them.
Maybe
Right.
there. Okay. Arc is still
Okay.
in the back.
So 2 ballistas shoot at disadvantage.
Because they're too close.
They're too far.
Oh, they're too
That's
far.
more than 180 feet.
They can move in if they want to get closer.
No, we
Yeah.
decided to give
You
them
want-
a little space.
We want big cannon to be
Yep.
the shot.
So +6 for all 3 of you, but shoot at disadvantage if you're a ballista.
Who's shooting big cannon?
This is where y'all start
Maybe-
working as a
Eddie?
who shoots? Anyway,
What's the big cannon damage do?
16d10.
16. It's great.
Ooh.
It's insane.
I
What's
like
that pressure?
rolling
You're gonna
dice.
kill
What's
stuff
that
with
pressure?
Does a 15
I'll-
hit?
You're not on that team. You're on our team.
I don't care.
that.
All right.
I'll roll.
I
I'll
can
roll for the
re-roll
cannon.
Let's
Or
go.
go for it.
Okay, Ken. Fitz, roll for that
Cannon?
cannon.
Okay.
And what you're firing at is any particular one? Does it matter? The one directly in front of you? Or the one that's fighting the
I would say try fire at a new one because I mean
that amount
Yeah.
of damage. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
What
Yep,
Talmoon said.
I'll say the one directly in front of you. Then that makes the most sense because it's the one that's arcing out that Telmoon doesn't know if it's going to turn or change and go for the
oh, that
arc.
was gonna miss anyway. We're fine.
Oh no,
I
no, it
don't-
won't. I'm not talking about the asteroid. I'm talking about the comets. Those
Tell
don't
Moon
miss.
rolled a 6. He thinks it's gonna miss.
Yeah.
I rolled a 12. What is the
Plus 6.
Plus 6.
18.
18 against the comet. So it goes boom as the cannon like ricochets back. Clink. A huge, this one huge cannonball flies out of it. It shut. You all hear the blast as you see it go out, and then you see the comet just change course ever so slightly, and it just nicks
18s.
right by.
18 misses. That sucks.
misses.
All right. That means Nick and Eddie shooting at disadvantage plus 6.
Yeah, I got a 15 with the ballista.
And Eddie?
Oh, sorry.
And you two should be aiming at an injured comet.
That is 17.
Ah,
Damn.
no love.
No love.
Jeez,
It's
all
rough
this
out
going
here.
on. Yeah, it's
Getting hard out here for except for stuff because
For a bully.
yeah. So and
Yes,
everyone's out here. Everyone's
out here for
together.
bullying.
Every now and then you hear like you hear Delphine chiming in. Just, everyone steady the course. Stay together. All the different captains are kind of chiming in over like your magical radios.
Hey Mal, how many D10 is a kamikaze?
If you just want to like rush into it, I'll
This
figure
is
that out
looking-
when you do it. We'll
This is
figure that
looking
out.
bad.
Mhm.
Wait a minute.
Our ship has
You
stats
say-
to
Ram, your ship
Yeah.
rams.
Our ship has a ram.
Your
Our ship
ship
got
has
a
a-
ram and a unicorn horn. We should
Everybody
do
else
extra damage
doesn't.
now.
Yes.
Yeah. The RAM is massive. It's 16d10 if we wanted to use it.
Yeah, I don't know. Is it like a charge? Do we need move? Do we need a move to ram?
That's the funny thing. Like, yeah, Spelljammer
Pretty
rules
sure.
are so loose that like you would think that you would need that, but I don't even think it says it, right? It just says RAM.
It's
blunt ram.
RAM range 0 feet.
So
Yeah.
everything that hits us, every
'cause
time something
remember,
hits us, we
the
should
ship
ram
is always just pushing.
like there's
forward.
a thing that hit us that's at full health. We should have rammed it.
Oh well, yes. That means you could have rammed on your. Yes, you could have used your rammed on your turn.
Yeah, we
Because-
just didn't know to
No,
prep
I'll
it.
I'll give it to you. Do you have to prep the ram? It doesn't say you have to prep.
I mean,
it, right?
no. I mean, like we didn't prep it. Like, oh, let's.
Oh
save
yeah.
that
No, that's
attack.
fine. So going back, not thinking about that makes sense because it's not like a Minotaur where you got to rush through. So the ship is moving at full. So it's almost like a car collision. That comet's hitting you as hard as it can. You're hitting it as hard as you can. You're seeing if that front can blow up.
Alright.
We've already done the comets. So someone give me. Someone
Somebody
roll
wanna
for
volunteer?
the roll for the
So
sniper.
roll.
That's-
And,
Plus
I mean,
one.
and remember, one of them is you can target the one that you know is about to go down.
No, we want to target a new
Or
one.
target the new one.
16d10.
Yeah. You're probably right.
Who wants to
I like
roll?
rolling dice, but I keep rolling 18s and I'm afraid.
But this one you have another +2, so you can roll a 20.
Okay, sure. Yeah, okay.
You
You
got
just have
this.
to promise to roll exactly that.
No pressure.
No pressure.
Okay.
There you go.
I'm so afraid, you guys.
Just roll a 12. It's easy.
It'll be fine. I rolled an 11.
Does a 19 hit it?
Yes.
That's it.
19?
Yeah, 19.
Yeah.
That'll hit.
Yeah.
No!
baby.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right,
So it's
now roll
slamming
them
into you, slamming into you.
16d10.
That loud.
Pause for math.
Okay. Stand by while I fish out
Let's
a
go.
bunch of D10.
Is there another ship that's moving while that happens? Do you want to do
Yeah,
Yeah,
for the
do a
sake
quick-
of that.
Meanwhile,
Meanwhile, Captain, so he's gone. The
Our team.
Leon. So
Do
then it would
whatever's
be the only
next.
one left was Koss. So okay, so then sorry,
We're gonna
so-
try to approach and target the 2 hurt comets, probably.
So I can bring this one up to here, or you guys can fly it another way.
Yeah, we're gonna try to approach and we're gonna try to target the hurt top comet. So one of them's right here. How close is that? Or does it have the same thing?
Actually,
two
sorry.
mangonels and a two
Yes, it
mangonels and a
does.
ballista.
So 7, it would be.
So the 3 of us are my team. Colin and
Yeah, so you could get like all the way right here if you want.
yeah, Colin and oh, we need to be no closer than 60 feet. Or yeah, well, that's at least 60 feet away. We're good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Colin and Troy, do you guys want to take the mangonels again +5s?
Yeah, no problem.
Which one are you targeting? The one in front of us or the other hurt one? And I'll take the ballista.
Well, Magnell's only has a 200 feet. I don't think I can reach the other one and still get an attack off.
Oh yeah,
It's
yeah,
not
yeah. So you can.
disadvantage.
That's what I'm saying. If you want to roll straight, hit the one in front of us.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm gonna aim for the one that's in front of the 2 ships that we've
Yeah. Try to kill that, and then
Captain.
if you hit that and kill it, me and Colin will take the disadvantage at the farther one.
Okay.
Unless you want to try to hit this little asteroid, because technically it can turn around.
22 to hit the comet in front of the 2 ships that we're commanding.
Kill it.
Yep, that'll hit. So this one right here.
Yep, you only
Yep.
gotta roll 4 damage, bro. That's all it takes.
Wait, this one's 4 dam?
Yep.
Which one
We
you-
know exactly. We know it has 69 health damage. Don't tell me. Don't lie to me.
This one hasn't been touched. I'm just making sure.
No, that's the one we hit.
You hit this one without.
That's the one the little ship hit. That's the one we hit for 65, isn't it?
No,
Yeah.
I thought-
no, right?
No.
We hit the one that came at our ship.
Yeah, your
one
ship
that-
is here.
No,
That
no,
one
no.
got hit
Me,
for-
Colin, and Troy are the little ship.
Oh, that
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
That's
so
the
you were
weakest
hitting.
one.
Oh, okay. I thought it
Yes.
was this one. It's not this one. It's
No, we
this one
couldn't
that
have-
took
No, we
all
hit
that
2
damage.
different ones. Yeah.
Got it. So it's okay. So okay now. So that's the weak one. Okay, now I know.
Oh
I
god
didn't know.
damn.
Yeah.
I
The
did
hammerhead hit one of the
94.
ones.
94.
Bye.
24.
That's a lot.
All right.
90.
94.
Yeah.
On
The ram
5d10?
attack.
16
Or
beams.
on the
Six-
oh
It's
for
16.
fits. I was like, damn, Troy.
Bring
Nice. Okay, so that thing dead?
mm,
The fresh one, 94.
Yep.
Yep.
It
That was that.
explodes.
No, not that one. That's the one that we hit. We need a fresh one.
Wait, what do you mean? Oh,
The
you
one
mean the fresh
that was
one.
the ram. That was
We-
the ram that hit. So one of the ones that hit the hammerhead.
Wait, am I crazy? Okay, look, you guys are. Listen,
I'm sorry, I
the only
interrupted.
one- the only one that could be rammed would be one of these because that's the hammerhead.
Correct. Which is why you can't pick up this one you just
Okay,
picked up.
got it. I for some reason I'm thinking you guys are telling me you're trying to kill this one, and the whole time I've been saying this is the one that got 65 damage to it right earlier in the game.
No.
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 This one did. So this is the weak
This
one.
one got
Yes.
65.
Yes.
The
And now
other
you're
one
doing
got
another. What are you doing?
50
Another
something.
90 to which
Yeah.
one?
Did 90 to the fresh one.
To the fresh one. Okay. All right, we'll kill that. We'll kill this one.
It was
This
just
one is not
confusing
fresh.
because it was
Yeah.
ram
Sorry.
attack
Yeah.
and then talking
All
about
right,
the
and
other
that one's
attack.
gone.
So the one closest to the camera has 65 damage, and then the other one touching the hammerhead has like.
So you're
40 something
killing one
damage.
that's touching the hammerhead.
Yes, we killed the one that
Yes.
touched the hammerhead.
Okay, then the hammerhead takes 8d6. I need
Bro, it don't say that on the description. That's some sneaky shit.
as it explodes on contact. I will
Yes, it-
get. I will take a
Dex save?
saving throw from
Persis?
Persis.
Okay.
A deck save, so you get your +2.
All the pressure. Roll
Okay.
high.
Oh, the pressure.
You got this.
We believe in you,
Yeah,
Persis.
that's a 22.
Hell yeah. Nat
Excellent.
20s?
Oh yeah.
Let's
Uh-huh.
roll.
That's
Wrong
awesome
ball.
because you don't get the. So then the
no damage, right?
damage cut in half would be 26. So you take the 26, but you don't take the
All right.
Yeah,
catastrophic.
I mean, I don't know how awesome that is, but yeah, we'll take 26. 40.
Are you
30.
tracking Talmud, Jason?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I can also
Also
do that too.
DM is, but yeah, I'm tracking for
Uh,
us.
Is this the first? So is this the first time in the hammerhead's taken?
No, the hammerhead's down to 334
330. Oh yes, okay. So then it's taken with this damage.
with this damage
Okay,
because it took 40 and then 26.
okay.
Can't take
That's
much
good for
more.
you.
Yep. Once it hits 320, we're at 80%. All right. Now Troy, you said you hit the one in front of us, the one that took the 65.
Yeah.
How much damage was that?
43.
43 damage on the 65.
All right, you did on this one.
Closest to
43.
yeah, yep. That
43. Okay, so let me mark that. That one's just getting hit, so it's still
No,
up,
no,
but
no.
it's no.
Or it's 65 plus 43, so it's at 108 damage.
Oh, okay. So then that one's gone too.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So this
Now,
one is gone.
Colin and I are gonna attack the other hurt one at disadvantage.
Yeah.
How much damage does that one have right now?
The hurt. This one. The
There's-
other hurt
yeah.
one. Yes, that's the other one.
40.
That's the.
Oh, so
yeah.
it does have damage on it. Okay, cool. So Colin, you want to do yours +5 and I'll do it +6?
Let's go. Yeah. It's not going to do it. 8.
That's 11.
Damn.
Disadvantage sucks.
Sure does.
We tried.
That one misses. Okay. Let's see.
Maybe
That
we
one
should
should-
just
so
attack.
two
the
of them are
closer
dead.
asteroid. 2 of them are dead. We got the big dude.
That's
We got
good.
half
2 of them
the
are dead.
dudes.
2 of them are gone. So that's good. Asteroids have gone this round. Ships have moved in. This moves us to our second round as just some of the figures on. They would move the people moving.
Tell them to just hop on the comet. They coming for us anyway. Just catch a ride. Malcolm didn't think about having to do that Exodus in real life.
Yeah. We'll just ram the comets, and then they just have to jump when we do that, and they'll land on our ship.
Right? So we've learned that ramming things hurts us.
So
Yes.
they've all.
We knew that.
It does technically say that in the
I didn't read
in the
that part.
description.
We
Oh,
did
does it
that
say
part.
that it hurts you?
It said, yeah.
Well, that's not
I
what
put
I-
it in the
so-
chat.
Oh, so that I didn't even think about because what that was is the comet
The
actually
hammer
explodes.
takes half as much damage. See, what happened was you put it in words and not numbers. I'm looking for numbers.
So you probably didn't even
It's
take
like-
that half. So now you know.
No, we
ram
took
again,
the
you'll-
26, but I mean, yeah,
Okay.
it sucks that we took it.
No.
It's
Okay.
actually half. Oh yeah, we didn't take half the 94.
You didn't take half of your ram damage.
Well,
That's
yeah.
fine.
The other
I'm
thing
gonna
is
leave
this,
that.
there's
We'll
a
say,
problem
well,
with it.
Perforos, the Perforos helm took some of that damage. That's not attached to the ship. I'll give you that for that round. So now you know. So now you know the dangers of
just
the
the
two
head gun, but
comments
the pecs
that
are
are
immaculate.
left. The people are trying. So they're just kind of like slowly shuffling and moving in this round, starting off a new round. I'm rolling to see what quadrants new asteroids show up in, if any.
None is an option. None is great.
Yeah, that's fine by me. I vote none.
First asteroid will be
What quadrant are we in?
4. And 4 asteroids there. And then
You rolling per quadrant?
so there's just 4 heading from that second quadrant
Okay.
up there.
Did the
And
other ones
they
already pass by us?
They are traveling. Yeah, these others on this turn they're going to continue to move. But remember, they're going to continue to going down. So this one on this turn is still here. It could go this way, and then but if the other one is traveled away, so it's gone. Those are going to go random directions on their turn.
Hopefully
so-
they do not crash into our people.
Yeah. If they crash into people, they automatically just they whatever they crash into, all those people were removed from that section. So if they touch 2 people, 1,000 people die in that meteorite strike.
Is this like lemmings? Do we need a certain amount of people safe?
Your goal is to get at least 5,000 people
Okay.
on this ship.
That guy in the back.
That's
already
only
died.
half.
Look, he way in the back. He
You
taking
would
a nap
want
while it's happening.
more. You would want to get all of them, of course. But that's like fail conditions.
What you're saying is, if we're limping,
yeah,
we can take off once we have half.
Top of the round is
We'll just gloss over that.
yeah. So
Yeah.
it's the small
I mean,
ship
half is better
first.
than
Of course,
none.
Small ship can go, then the Archons, then the Hammerhead. So we're back up top.
We should have tortured Proxenos so
Oh,
that
yeah,
he
I'm
couldn't
sorry, you guys
sleep,
can't.
so that he could have took us back to things went bad.
Just teleport everything.
Just bail on everyone and let them get sucked into the black hole.
You can do that too. It's always an option.
That's horrible.
I mean,
Oh. No.
He wouldn't let his mommy die.
it's not Plan A. We can take the mom with us. We can take about 20.
You can
people,
also
probably.
and also remember, you don't have to play this mini game with me. You guys could, you guys could go down there on foot and go save moms and get back. And what happens, like I said in the rules, if you're boarded or if you leave the ship and you get into a combat, then of course this still stands, but everything slows down and then moves in 6-second rounds, right?
Because I'm about to hop off, and you're gonna be like, "Oh, that asteroid goes towards you."
No, I can't. The asteroid can't strike Little Tell Moon. Like I will tell you this: you are not going to be a target of you as a single person. Not going to be a target of an asteroid or a comet at this point. Only the ships are those targets.
But we couldn't, like, as a group, bring like a person onto the ship. We'd have to bring like individuals that we're
I'm
saving.
just saying, if you all said, Malcolm, we actually want to get together, Bronze Bullies are going to teleport down and go at it on foot. We could do that, and the game would completely change. You don't have to abide by this, but this is the most logical coming in.
Yeah,
with
we're not
fleets
going to save
trying
nobody by teleporting on foot. But we
Right,
can
that's
go
what I'm
push
saying.
something.
That's what I'm saying. But I'm saying, don't let me limit you by the game that I have you playing.
Okay.
That's what I'm
Alright.
saying. That's why every round is a minute, so you can do all that craziness. Because so you have to think every round, you guys can also still be role playing as your characters, all the crazy shenanigans they might try to pull off.
Well, the thing is,
in
we're
1
close
minute.
enough now, so we can
Right.
mess up some of these asteroids that are in front of
Yeah.
us as people,
Yeah,
as individuals.
Yeah.
that's true. Okay, so it just basically, if we do want this first ship to do anything before we move on to
Yeah, we
Art,
wanted to
Okay.
shoot some stuff.
does it? I'm saying, does it move? I know it's going to shoot.
Are we gonna?
As
probably
long
not
as
in
we're
the-
not in disadvantage. As long as
Right.
we're at
yeah,
the
so we need to
appropriate
stay
range.
outside of 60 feet. But yeah,
So so as long as you're outside 60 feet and you're within, you get your advantage, right?
Yep.
Okay.
What ship was that?
That's the
Ours.
Is that
We're
us
the
or
two.
them?
That's
It's called
we're
the it's called
bottom
the
ship.
Atos. Right.
Roy,
This
is that
the
us or them?
small
You
fast ship.
pay
That's the
attention.
small fast ship. And
That's
then
us.
This is the one.
That's us? Okay.
Yeah. We're the two bottom ships at the base of the map.
Got it.
So
So
we're that short little fat. We're the short fast one.
Okay, so yeah, you
little
guys
fat
are these
one.
two. The fat
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the little Viking
Okay.
ship and the
So
the
does
little
one of you
boosters.
guys want to take the ballista this time, or you guys want to stick with the mangonels?
We gotta stick with mangonels.
Okay, y'all two
Yeah.
stick with the mangonels +5. I'll take the +6.
Alright.
Do you want me to shoot at the hurt one first, or do you guys want to? Because I do the least amount of damage.
But aren't you the furthest? Like, how far is the ballista's range?
As long as I'm no further than 180, I think we're pretty close.
Okay, yeah. So.
Yeah.
I mean, if you want to take a shot at it, go ahead.
Yeah, go for it.
Cool. 22.
It's gonna hit.
Thankfully, it was on that 3 for a long time and then flipped over. 20 damage even. It's 20.
All right, takes that 20. Still up.
It ate it, guys. It just ate it.
Yeah, just that
That's
mangonel
not-
just went into the comet.
I also
That's not
rolled a
good.
20.
That's gonna hit.
20 to hit.
Yep.
So 5d.
So much damage?
42.
Jeez.
Go.
Man, my last rolls have always been like 9 or 10.
That night.
It is hanging on by a thread.
Oh no!
Next hit will
Help,
do
your only hope.
it.
Okay.
So in theory, if it's hanging on by a thread, we can attack it individually if you want to attack something bigger with your 5d10, or we can. It's up to you. Because we, as a crew on the hammerhead, can attack that, and it's super
You
close
could.
to the hammerhead, so we
Yeah.
can as a
True.
crew attack it.
You guys could.
Yeah.
So do you want to attack
Yes.
something further?
Yeah, so let's go for something that's still in range.
Yeah. So that little asteroid in front of you is
Yeah.
probably within your front range, first range.
Right there.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah,
know
let's
what
do
else
it.
is within the first range, but that's probably.
I keep forgetting about those little fuckers.
Yeah, there are a lot
Yeah,
of
they're
things.
almost because they're just so randomly flying around. So yeah, they could easily be. Sometimes they're not an issue until they're in your.
Yeah, we
till they-
never
till they
know
go
whether
your-
that's going to be an issue or not, but it's
Yeah.
possible. So it's good to get it clear.
Yeah. So, yeah, going for that little one
Yep.
that's in the first range.
Got many.
11. No.
Oh, that
Easy.
misses. That misses.
Good try.
Sails by. Is that it?
That's it for that guy.
Hammerhead's up then, right?
Let's go. Let's go. Who wants to take a pot shot at Little Comet?
If I do the mangonel, does that count as like the Fitz turn, or can Fitz
No.
also try
Fitz
something?
can also.
Yeah, no,
do-
because you're just rolling for them. That's our Akroan.
Fitz can take. Remember,
Yeah.
Fitz can take 10 actions if she wanted back to
Yeah,
back.
that's what I'm saying. Like we
Jeez.
can take as
Because this
individuals.
is
can take
all
pot
1
shots at
minute.
that.
So
Yeah.
you guys as bronze bullies are essentially just running around the ship within a minute, which would normally be you guys can just cast and do stuff. You're just essentially just role playing. The
Yeah.
ships are the
So-
only thing that are constrained right now.
The little wispy things, those are the asteroids or the comets?
These are the comets. The wispy things are the comets. The asteroids are the rocks. Yeah.
And would the comets, the wispy things, be considered
They're creatures.
large?
They're
They're huge.
Or huge?
they're huge.
They're huge. Okay. And are they taking up more than, like, what's the footage? Is it 10 by 10?
They take up a 50 by 50 foot space.
Okay. And the 10 things that we could do, that is those
You
take
can
up
cast
spell
10
slots.
spells if you want. If you're casting
Yeah,
spells,
Yeah, they're just.
You
It's
cast-
almost like
you can cast
you're.
vicious mockery at this comet 10 times if you want to.
Yeah.
Just talk the maddest shit.
Some dissonant whispers. That's to run away. What was
You're the
that song?
dumbest comment
Dude.
I've ever seen.
What was that? What was that cartoon? Rockadoodle. Get up
Oh.
there. That was my stuff.
Oh, God. Okay.
We had disadvantage.
How far is that comet? How far does the hurt comet from the head of the hammerhead?
It's touching you, so it's like slamming into, and it's like pushing through. It's about to fly through the ship and continue going. Like,
and it explodes when it breaks.
No, it explodes when it goes to zero.
So can we back up 50 first?
We're in a game of asteroids right now.
Can we back up?
I don't think ships can. I don't think you can reverse. I think you can change course.
What you mean we gotta reverse? We do this on mind power.
Can't swim
Tell me,
backwards.
Persis ain't smart enough to reverse.
It's not. It's a slow. It's like, imagine reversing. Even though he's doing it immediately, the ship is slowing momentum and changing course. I mean, here's the thing. You can easily turn and go that way. Like, that's fine. But backing
ram
up
that little one.
No,
Fuck it.
you can head in a different direction.
Okay, so I guess let's turn a little bit, attack it, so it's not like in melee, and then move, because hopefully we don't know what the explosion range is, but we need to stay in spell range.
If you turn and attack it, like, you're in melee, it's connected to you. The ship slammed.
We're still in melee.
It's slammed into you, so it's gonna continue.
We're still in melee.
Pretty much, if it had enough movement, it would have hit you and kept going. But it didn't get a chance to fly through you.
If we're gonna take the 8d6 regardless, because it's gonna explode. Oh no,
you're only gonna take the 8d6 if you kill it right now. If you let it, or it's gonna hit you and fly.
And then we're gonna take the 8d6 regardless.
We're gonna take whatever.
Yeah, and more damage.
Get it off the board.
If it hits you, if it hits you this turn, it's gonna fly around and then come back. Yeah.
It's like, fuck this thing.
I cast Disintegrate.
Okay.
Ooh.
Yeah. Fuck your explosion.
Turns the ash. Oh yeah.
And we're treating it like a creature, right?
Yep.
So I need a dex save of 17.
It can give you that. Let's see.
It's an immobile ass rock. It's got speed, not quickness.
Okay. 12. That's a fail, I'm sure.
Okay. Let me roll 10d6 plus 40 really quick.
2 moves. Tight hips.
Bye-bye.
Tight hips on that rock.
Okay, you guys can do other things while I add all this.
Do we want the three hammerhead crew?
Yep.
I know this thing's about
to you guys shoot the mangonels at the end.
So the disintegrate keeps it from exploding then, right? So then,
Yeah, shoot or at the asteroid or the other comet. It's up to y'all. Mangonels got range.
How far are we from?
I'll hit the comet. I already rolled 21.
Nice.
Or 20. And
the other person is Nick. If you want to throw your ballista at that. Are we within ballista range for that?
Should I shoot at this thing?
The comet?
Yes, this one or this one?
The comet. So the one on top, the wispy one.
Yes, you are. That would be what?
It's within 480. Is it within 120?
What's the range?
Yes. So this would be. That's 100. So it's within 200 feet. Yes.
200 feet. Okay, so it's at disadvantage for Nick.
Because this is, it's right at about.
Yeah.
It's a little over 150 feet, so it's a disadvantage.
Yeah. It's okay. And
I have the disintegrate damage.
You did. He killed it already, but you can tell us.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, I wouldn't know what it was. I know it was going to die, but
it was 78.
Oh yeah, it is like overkill. It just instead of blowing up, it turns into ash. It just like that rains down like a poof of smoke. It is gone.
I know this is a lot. But can you roll your mangonel?
Sure.
Add something.
Yeah.
I got
how
the
far are we
asteroid.
from the guys?
25 damage on the asteroid. On the bottom of the screen.
From those 500 people standing on that rock? Is that what you're asking about?
Yeah.
The way you describe it, I love it.
I was just wondering what Sophia was talking about. Like, what guys? Like the asteroid or like
fucking people were here
thousands of people on that rock?
So like almost in that rock, like that's like Pride Rock, like where they're like waiting up there for someone to come
swing
in.
by and pick up a couple more indentured servants, but we're not saving no person.
No, these are hundreds of people. What are you talking
That's what I'm saying. We can go and pick out like the strongest and make a couple
Okay.
more indentured servants, but we can't take
So
500.
No, what do you mean? Oh yeah. Oh, as your ship.
Yeah.
Got it. Yeah. You could. I'll say the bronze. I could say the Hammerhead is the only ship that's equipped to maybe take one of those miniatures, right?
Yeah, but
that would
we want to get in there and pick
500 wouldn't even be
some new
realistic,
recruits.
but it might be like they would take like I would remove one, but that it wouldn't really be 500 people. But that's basically just let you know that's those were just the tokens meant to represent the amounts of people that you're trying to save for the arc. But I would take one off for the Bronze Bullies. They could probably support that. Yeah. Might strain the ship and the crew a bit, but
if it's whatever you're attacking with the mangonel. Ooh.
Uh, 38. I got a 25 to hit. I assume that hits.
What were you attacking?
Oh shit.
You're attacking the comet, right? So
yeah,
the wispy one.
I doubt you're attacking the little asteroid, right? So
I mean, we might.
I mean,
you don't know. I'm just playing.
I don't. I'm giving a bit of.
No, we're attacking the wispy.
Give me that damage. Give me the yeah.
30.
Oh, 38.
38.
38.
All right, good stuff. It is still alive.
Do we have enough speed to get closer to it?
You do?
How close can we get?
You guys can move up to 7, so I mean you can move as close as you want to this thing.
Spell wise, guys, 100 feet.
Yeah, you have to do it with
100's good.
Yeah.
Cool. Anybody casting anything?
Kind of.
I can cast another thing, but
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You guys
Let's
can
get
go
in
ahead.
here.
Okay.
Let's kill this thing.
So we could do up to 10.
You can do up to 10.
Yeah, it's
attacks.
a minute, so essentially you could do. Yeah, it had to be overkill to go through all those, but it's essentially give you.
Yeah. Like at 100 feet, I can like lean over and do a lightning bolt and barely touch it at the end.
Mm-hmm. Well, you know what I've got all day.
Just know that 100 feet is like, that's like being like you're almost in touch. You know, you're getting really close to this thing.
Yeah, I get that for a ship, but like for little me, I'm like,
right, yeah. So you got the ship drifting in to try to hit this fast moving thing.
Droxy's holding me off the edge, trying to let me hit my lightning bolt. Can I get a deck save?
From the comet, you can.
From comet.
Yeah. I'm really surprised at how low the deck save of this comet is.
I mean, it's a that's a lot of inertia to try to redirect.
Exactly. The thing that I find interesting though is yes, here's what it is. You know what it is that my rules are fucked up in this way, and that even though this has been a minute, by this time that comet shouldn't be there anymore, right? So
it should have passed by in milliseconds.
Yeah.
It's
so like
gone.
this somehow this ship has drifted close to this fast ass comet.
But we
close.
are the
It's
one, right? Like
it's
that's what Matrix 4 taught us.
It is what it
We're
is.
all the
I got a 16. I don't know if that does anything, but I got 16.
DC 20.
Okay. Then
lightning bolt is, guys. What's lightning bolt damage?
8d6.
8d6. There we go. Thanks, guys. Okay, somebody else do something.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7,
Mal, instead of me rolling 10 or 30 attack rolls, can I just multiply Eldritch Blast damage by 10?
No, you roll them 30 d10s. You roll those dice.
You gotta you gotta.
Don't you want to roll some dice?
Just be like me and roll online.
Because
like I'm cheating.
No.
Yeah, you're going to hit a number. Like I'd say, if I knew the average of what 30 rolls on average would be.
Well, I'm saying I roll 3 of them.
If you give me
once.
the AC, I can give you the exact. I mean,
I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
But yeah. Versus wants to roll one attack roll, all or nothing. Let's go.
So you're rolling. So you're rolling 1 for each. Here's the thing. I wouldn't allow you to multiply it. You're just saying 30 times because that's how many times you could do it within a minute.
Yeah.
But I would think that you could roll 3 times, but because you'd roll 30 times, there are going to be some misses. So you would take the average and not like the full 30. So it might be like, I'd say like you would do half. You would do like, I know half is not actually the average, but for the sake of time, you roll 3.
We'll go roll 3 times 5.
And then 3 times 5. Yeah, is that fair?
Is that fair for you?
Whatever. Yeah,
that's fine. All 30.
So each
D20s?
hit that hits is going to get
I say roll
multiplied.
30 d20s. I don't know about that's fine.
You can also do 3.
roll
Yeah,
them.
you can do your 30 d20s.
That's let's not bog this down.
Yeah,
I'm gonna roll
I did 34 lightning damage.
Oh, then that's gone.
It's it's dead.
It's dead.
Oh well, shit.
Fuck,
Yeah, sorry.
let Persis go first.
It's there is a.
Do we have any more movement?
So I mean, that's a combination of Persis you like pelting it with Eldritch.
Sure. We'll say
Eldritch Blast would have been hitting it.
Why
The
not?
ships would have been hitting it. It explodes. Point is, it is gone.
And we were far enough away for it not to hurt us.
Yeah, because it only does a 20-foot radius, which is crazy, but because it's in that
Good.
space, so
Yeah, we found that out.
It basically has to be like touching your space for it to like affect you.
All right, Persis, start pre-rolling right now for next round.
And then I am going to
Roll those 30, Persis.
trying to go roll for my. Sorry,
Who's
not
next?
It's the asteroids.
Asteroids?
So
Make it wide.
6 ship.
6 is good, right?
Impacts-
Because 1's real bad.
Oh my gosh! So impacts directly into the ground where it is. That one
Heck
is
yeah.
removed.
Out of here.
The other one, because it travels 12 inches towards the closest ship. So this
That
one
us?
that's you.
Great.
The next one will travel. Closest. I'm rolling ones. Those are the.
See, Mal over here playing Warhammer, and I'm not seeing no psychers blow their heads up.
Why don't for these next two, somebody else give me these D6s because it'd be more fair. Give me a D6 roll. I need 2 rolls.
Sure, I'll give you a D6.
Get him, Persis.
I will.
2.
Get him, Nick.
Yeah.
Yeah, no ones.
South.
2.
South.
Right to the fucking
No,
people.
South is our people. No.
So 6 is southwest, so 1 is here coming this way, and the other one I can't even reach back there. It's probably like right. It's gonna be. I'm gonna put this dice where it is. It's right there. Somehow I've put it way back on my board. 2 are colliding with the ship right now. I do have to roll to hit like I did before. Or see if they hit. If they like strike you and continue or if they continue traveling. Let's see. +5 to hit the ship. That one's gonna be a 17 for the small one. 17, 2 17s. So the small one will do. Jeez.
Okay, we're about
14.
to be-
Wow, 14 will not do any damage because 15 is your threshold.
Yes. Yep.
The other one does 4d8. The first one does 2d8. Oh wait,
Yep.
14. Sorry, 14
So
double
it's 28. God.
would be 20. Damn it. Yes, so they would do 28. And then the this one, the last one. Rolled low. So 16. What is that?
32.
32. Sorry. So those.
We're hurt, guys.
So you guys get smashed really hard off these 2 hits.
We're down to
Shit.
274, which puts us at disadvantage on.
There are 2 more that are slowly drifting.
Oh man,
Yeah. Looks
Disadvantage
bad.
on ability checks.
we can't have level 2. Level 2's 2.
Yeah, we're at 68.5 right
Yeah.
now. If we get to 60, we're gonna go
So
level
if
2.
they essentially like
So can
on
we
the next
start
turn, if they
nailing the
move
ship?
this ship, if they move the ship like maybe over here,
We can have one person
to,
do it
to
once.
block, like basically getting the ship out of, basically using like some cover. But right now, yeah. So that those were 2. The dice rolls were bad. Those ships they impacted, they both hit. One was a big one. So you guys are feeling it. Like men are sliding across the deck. There are punctured holes in the ship. Certain things, sails are on fire. That kind of thing's going on.
By the way, Mel, I don't know what happened to the camera, but we're seeing a note.
Oh
on-
God, what
on the
happened?
door.
Jeez. Sorry.
Try to follow you over there?
I don't know what had it changed to. Thank you for reminding me because I was not
Did
looking.
Donnie walk in here?
I don't know what happened. It changed to.
It was just following the comment that was passing by.
I'll get it. I'll working to get it back on track here shortly. There we go. All right.
That
So
was probably when you reached over to try to get.
when I reached over and tried, it decided to follow my hand and get super crazy. So yeah, but thank you for calling that out. So yeah, here are the people. You are blocking the arc. The arc is taking no damage, so that's a good thing. The Bronze Bully
I
ships.
mean, we're gonna have to switch places with somebody eventually because this is wild.
Yeah.
All right.
Are there additional asteroids and comets that I can't see in the?
They're in that
range?
far
There
corner.
are 2 more in this far corner. So basically, one that's about 200 feet from you, that's heading in your
Okay.
direction, and then one further back that's like maybe like 600 feet away.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
we can move.
They're
the ship
and
in
they're
between
both
us.
smaller ones.
next
So,
What would their size ranking be? Just because a
They're-
lot of my spells are size specific, apparently.
They're both
I mean,
small, but they're
than,
very
If
large.
they're bigger than 15 by 15, then they're huge.
Yeah, they don't
Okay.
help in this particular
Okay.
situation.
Are they bigger than 15 by 15 now?
They are.
Okay.
Well, they're small. They're
that
smaller
sucks.
ones.
14 by 14 is the max for large.
Yeah, these things are large. Like these are things that are. These are bigger than that. What is it that Fitz would like to try to do?
But we're still treating them as creatures, right?
Not the asteroids.
No, these aren't creatures. These are just asteroids. The comets, you guys have killed all the things that were like creatures so
That
far.
were creatures.
Now these are what happened is you just had an unlucky hit where I rolled randomly and I just rolled for them to all head directly because basically if you want to like peek behind, 1 is it heads directly towards the closest ship, 2 it heads southwest, 3 it does something else, 4 like 5 it goes somewhere dramatically different, right? So it's kind of within them being in that quadrant, you just happen to be like in the perfect zone for them to just kind of smash into you, which makes sense because you were covering the arc.
And then hit us.
I rolled randomly.
Yeah.
I don't cheat these kind of rolls. They're not fun if I cheat them.
It's all good. I trust you.
I have a spell that's whirlwind, and I thought I had some sort of something in the fine print about non-creature
And you whirlwind
things.
some people onto a ship?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I feel that might be traumatic for them.
Let's direct some whirlwind. Hey, you know what's more traumatic? Get hit by an asteroid.
Yeah.
It's
I
not
will allow
fun.
you to try to. Maybe there's a way if you basically try to channel your magic and collude it with Persis to cast it from the ship. That might be the only way to do it, but I think there should be some drawback, some chance for the magic to go wrong if you are going to use a spell on something that you normally wouldn't be able to.
I had, if we're going to be spell bendy, one of the original ideas that I had was two ideas that are from the same spell. I have Wall of Thorns, which I thought we could make like a bridge to get to the people faster, but then they'd have to walk across thorns, and that sounds bad.
That sounds really bad.
That sounds like their problem.
That sounds bad. But the other thing that I thought of was like, could we encase like the hull of a ship in the Wall of Thorns to make like a barrier without damaging the ship?
Interesting.
In
Would
Wall
that
of
stop
Thorns?
Would a Wall of Thorns
I
stop
don't
bludgeoning
think
damage?
so. A wall of thorns? No. I mean, these are like full piece. These are like the earth of THEROS itself being upended and thrown at you, like, you know.
Right.
Like it's
Thanos
just
throw the moon at us.
It's too much mass. It's too much massive damage. Yeah.
Okay,
Sorry.
that's fair. That's
Yeah.
fair. I'm just trying to
Yeah.
see.
These are
what
like, you know, you're
spells will
sieging
do
a
something.
castle and pieces of the walls of the, you know, are flying at you. That's kind of where we're at. I like the idea behind it. I just, I'll have to say no to that.
And we have Taraxes cast animate object on an asteroid and have an asteroid attack a different asteroid.
What's the size limit on? Is there a size limit on
Huge.
animate object?
I think it's huge.
Huge.
I could. That I could. I'll allow that one.
Oh.
What is the range of animate objects?
Hey, we gonna figure it. We gonna get in there. We gonna have Taraxes. We gonna get in there.
Taraxes can fly.
Taraxes can fly. We can just send them.
Yeah.
Oh no.
It's cool. Why am I lost in space? Don't worry about it. Yeah, huge is the biggest. And it does 2d12 plus 4 damage to things. And it's just alive now.
So it would, if this works, it would essentially change course and hit the rock behind it, and hopefully destroy those two asteroids collide.
Just
you'd have
break
to get-
check the other
what's
one.
What's the range he needs?
120 feet.
So you'd have to move in, right? It's your turn, right? Or are you done? No, it's asteroids have gone, right? So I'm losing track of turns at this point. Our asteroids just moved, so actually,
Yeah, it's not our turn. That would be next turn.
It's not your turn. I'm sorry. It would be next turn. So we're at. So Taraxes is planning. here's the thing, for the sake of where we're at in
the
the
next
game.
asteroid that tries to hit us, he's gonna animate and have it go somewhere else.
Why don't I go ahead? I'll skip ahead and see if that asteroid would continue to head towards you. So why don't you do it right now?
I mean, there's no save. It just happens.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, then that.
If you want some sort of roll for it, that's cool. But like,
that'll save you there. And so then you've got that rock going back to attack the other one. Now we're back on this turn because kind of playing a little out of to keep where things are at. The last two ships, the Leon and
we animate a cannon.
And the Trireme and this ship.
Fire
These are
itself.
the two ships that are up now. What do they want to do? Oh, did we move the Ark? I did.
No,
we
the
haven't.
Ark
Think
needs
so.
the
I'm
Ark needs
sorry.
to get
We didn't
right
move the
in our caboose. Right up in
my
there.
my apologies. So do you want to? So I take it you're moving it
As
towards
far
the-
forward as it can. Just get up in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not to where it's not the closest to any of the asteroids, but up
Yeah.
in there.
We're kind of making a perimeter around it.
Yeah.
A buffer zone, if you will.
Nice.
Yeah. Go for a ride.
So the ship is moving in, back to. I know it's hard. You can't
I
see
love
them.
these ships, by the way, man.
Thank you, man. It took. Yeah, I printed these, and then this is the skiff from Spelljammer. I mean, from this is a skiff from Eberron that I just decided to make. So that's like yeah. And then the rest of them, some of them are printed, some of them are from the actual Spelljammer. So yeah, you're on Leon. Last two ships for this round, and I think we're gonna wrap. This is gonna be the last turn of tonight.
Okay.
All right.
Do we want just all 6 of us rolling again? So who's shooting at the first Lemmy?
For the sake of seeing everything, I will go back to this position wide out. I'll move.
Yeah, is there anything in well I guess the last 2 ships we're gonna have them move forward, right?
So the
Move
big
forward.
ship is right here in the middle, and then
Yeah, so the last 2
Alright.
ships need to move forward.
okay.
And then I guess is there an enemy within range?
There
Yeah, I
isn't-
can't
there-
see.
The like if the bombard could shoot at the 2 rocks that, but other than that, he doesn't really have an enemy. There's really no
Okay, cool.
enemies other than those 2 rocks. The one is being used by Taraxes that gave him that this turn, so
Yeah.
he
You
could
wanna
just
hold
blow them
action?
both up.
Yeah, so those 2 will just move forward, or that one will just move forward and hold. Everything
Okay.
besides the cannon will move forward and hold.
Yep.
And then the cannon can shoot at disadvantage.
And I normally I had I don't know what I did with it, but I'll find it. But I'm gonna say, because there's a lowering plank for the ship, and if it reaches, I think it's a long one.
If they
But-
can't jump, they don't live. That's how we roll.
The plank will. So basically, what's happening this turn is the big ship is starting to lower the plank to that level. It's about 3. It's ridiculously long, but it's coming out the bottom of the ship, kind of Noah's Ark style, where people can start making their way up. So starting next turn, people will start, walk, or at the end of this turn, they'll start actually walking up on the ship.
All we need is for them to jump into the ship's gravity field, and then they'll be stuck just falling into the gravity
I
field.
guess that's no. You know why? The ship has no gravity field because now you guys are in Akron. Akron has its own gravity. You guys are back like you're in a world now, so you don't have any gravity field. You jump off the ship, you fall in.
You stole
Hit the
my
ground.
gravity field? Thank you for
Yeah.
telling me. I jumped off the ship.
If you would have jumped off, you'd have felt your bubbles like collide with others, and it becomes the wider one. So when you land on a planet, it becomes the gravity field of the planet. Good. Glad you asked that, because now you know. Now you know.
Talboon will be the new Isaac Newton.
Oh my gosh.
Is there something that the cannon on?
Yeah, take a disadvantage shot. It'll shoot asteroid that's super far away.
Yep. You go and
What
shoot
was
that.
what was the plus for that?
It's a +6 for that thing.
And does it like 16? It's like you'll hit both of those asteroids if you can hit them.
I thought that cannon was a +8.
No, the ram is a +8. It might be. The ram's a
Leonin
+8.
cannon?
The cannon's a +8 too?
Yeah.
Dope.
It does the same amount of damage as a ram.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean it's the same attack roll. But yeah.
I think I thought it was a +6, but I.
Yeah, I'll take a +8. Let's go with +7. That's fair.
Mal's like, I will look it up.
No, it was a +12, bro. I swear.
It's not a
I thought it was like
it's
a
definitely not
+20?
+12. No.
You just always crit.
Y'all want to look at y'all? I need.
It's a deck save for the asteroids, right?
No, it is
I rolled-
a bombardier. It's that ship. The
It's a charisma
shot.
save.
The ship shot is a +6.
Okay.
600 minimum. I mean 600. We get advantage, and then
Yeah, but they're probably
2,400
further
feet.
than the asteroid's probably
Yeah.
further than 600 feet.
yeah, it's further than 600 feet. So you can move in and hit it, but
So
I
And
mean,
then-
can we
and
move
then
to 600
it
feet?
does 16. Yeah, you can move 7. You can move 350 feet, which puts you. Move that 7 foot. That puts you. That probably puts you about. No. Yeah, that puts you within 600 feet.
Okay, cool. Roll it straight.
Because remember, 7 inches is 350 feet. So if you move
7
it like
inches.
that, then you can take that shot.
okay.
I see this thing like that giant last cannon in. Even though I know this is medieval, I know it's really just a. It's just essentially a cannon shot, but I see it like a last cannon across space.
I rolled a 17 plus
It's gonna hit.
6.
Oh, yeah.
6?
Treat that rock like Alderaan.
So then you're gonna give
Alright.
16 d10. I guarantee you, your asteroids are gonna go away. They're gonna be obliterated.
Stand by.
I love how Miles like, hey, roll that damage. By the way, they're dead. What else do you guys want to do? It's like, oh,
We
wow.
like big numbers.
You're
Yeah.
the big
Don't
numbers.
question
If
this.
you like big numbers, you cannot lie.
Not every day you get to roll 16D whatever.
I know. So yeah, enjoy
16
it.
D12s,
That's
right?
awesome. That's crazy.
16d20.
Okay, let me-
D100s.
I'm not.
I have
listen,
to do
I
this
told
in
you
rounds.
16d10. We'll take it. No more negotiations on damage.
No more negotiations on that.
See, but if we cast empowered spell on the cannon,
Not a spell.
if we animate the ammo, does it also attack as it's hitting?
It just forms
This ain't
a
Roger
fist.
Rabbit. Stop it. Jason over here trying to make dum-dums.
I'm just saying, if I accelerate my fist as I'm accelerating, you should get hit twice. Once by the fist and then once by me.
So
I mean, by
the
terminal
fist hits
velocity,
and then
yes.
your arm?
Yeah, because the fist hits and there's an amount of force, and then your arm just obliterates, but the rest of your
Okay.
body just smashes too. So it should be
Okay.
2 impacts.
Hear me out. You animate the shot as it goes out of the cannon, and then you polymorph it into a giant crab.
Now we're talking. Because then it just hits and grapples.
Okay, I did 60.
60. Okay, so both of the asteroids are obliterated and destroyed. As this is all happening,
We win.
so the
We saved the world, you guys.
the people are starting to board, right? So there's at least 1,000 on right here.
Now, you said 2 per. Can we make the boat move into the people and run over them and pick them up? Does that work?
No, because there's essentially a plank. There's people are walking up it. What they can't run? What do you mean they can't run over?
We strafed the boat sideways, and we're like, how far?
I was
are we?
like, Telmo keeps
You
using
just
the
scoop
Rocky
'em
Talkie
up?
to talk to Delphine, and she's like, "What are you talking about?" He's like, "Can we just smash the ship?" They just keep cutting back and forth. She's like,
Just have them jump. Just leap
yeah.
mirthfully. You'll do it.
But you're
Let's
back
Not
into
Fast
it.
and Furious. All right, stop it.
Hey, I saw him put a car in space. We just tell them
Stop.
they're family. They'll make it.
Well, so as people are, let's see here.
So we got 2. We need
We got
8 more.
2. Looking for here.
So we need to
we
survive at
should
least
try
4
to
more
save
rounds.
as many as possible, not
I'm
just,
talking about
half.
I'm just talking about minimums. We got.
Let's go for 99.99%, you know?
I mean, let's be real. Somebody, I'm not going to be happy unless one dude gets hit by an asteroid.
Haven't some
How many,
dudes gotten hit by it?
Yeah, I was about to say, how many crew members got just obliterated when we rammed one?
That's all Perforos. That's all point. That's all unicorn point. We got it. Perforos protects us, literally.
He's gonna need some rework.
All said. He lost his head. Just the pecs are immaculate pecs still, but the head's gone.
So the hammerhead has
A headless
boobs
Perforos.
now.
The pecs were always there. Technically, they're just more highlighted now because the beard's gone. You know, the head's.
And so as all this is
Perforos'
happening,
beard, right?
we're gonna zoom in on the hammerhead.
Okay.
As you all are watching people kind of make their way, hold each other, Akron soldiers, kind of more, asteroids are still in the air being kicked up, but going in different directions. Right now, none of them immediately threatening you. You see suddenly in the darkness, in the void, these smoky black, like pseudopod-like tendrils coming out of the wormhole. They emerge from that Eye of Dooms, and out of that darkness, these elongated ships begin to emerge and fly, but they're not on course with you. They seem to be, like, there's at least 3 of them, right? And they seem to be aiming past you and flying off, like, in the distance, like entering the Nick space. And as they do, they all kind of, one of them goes boom and like goes into that twilight speed, and then the second one boom goes into that twilight speed. But the third one lingers for just a moment, and off the decks of the ship you see these, one beast looks like an ox with wings, the other looks like a griffin, and the other looks like almost like a pegasi, but like a big, larger, almost like if a Clydesdale had wings. And they leap off and they have riders, and this harkens you back to when you fought that Archon that was riding that big bird. These 3 things, they leap off and they begin flying, and then that third ship, boom, takes off, disappears. But those 3 figures, as they fly forward, they leap off and they disappear, and boom, 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 they land like Marvel style on your ship and begin to lift up, and they're these golden clad beings that go from 7 feet tall to suddenly 10 feet tall, like growing in this golden armor that is composed of pure, but the body that should be in the hoplite armor isn't there. It's just pure light, like ultraviolet light. This chill kind of runs down your spine because you remember fighting the Archons then, but you also are the Bronze Bullies now. You've come a long way since that fight on Creta. And these, like, they're imbued with this kind of dark light from where they've come from. And the funny thing is, almost like you don't realize it, but there was a crack of moments before there was a crack of light as asteroids are being rained down. And I think Persis is kind of like constantly maneuvering the ship so that things aren't being hit. The ship has already taken a ton of damage. Everyone's in disarray. And you hear, as they're landing, you hear like this, there's a flash of light and you hear a thump. And you, somewhat like a body sliding across the ship. Can I have perception checks all around? Because you're so busy dealing with the figures that are on the ship.
Oh, that's a nat 20 for a 19.
10.
Perception is an 18.
29.
29.
I tried.
Higher than a 29 here.
He rolled 10 higher than me, and I rolled a nat 20.
I have a plus 10.
So you rolled on nat 20 as well?
No, nat 20
19.
would have been a 30.
Oh.
All of you.
I feel bad for Colin if this is how I think it's gonna go.
Is the other plop just...
All right, so
was it a fishy plop?
It was like something, and Sophia and Telmoon both look, and they see a body rolling across. And as the ship was slightly course correcting, the body's about to go off the side of the ship, but as everything rights itself, it slams into the side of like the railing, and you look, and you all see a return.
We kill it immediately.
Oh yeah, I hate those fuckers.
Disintegrate. Get them, Fitz.
And so, and these other figures are landing down on the ship and beginning to stand, and they one of them, like as it stands up, it points the blade, and this is when everyone is able to know, it points the blade towards the body, towards the returned, lying in the corner. What are you all doing?
Conflicted.
Yeah, we stabbing the mess out of this return. What is the returned wearing, carrying?
Yep. So as you would like probably be going,
because I would be moving to stab it. Like, let's be real.
Stab it. Give me your insight. Give me a insight check.
Insight. I used my eyes and it was good.
I mean, Sophia be doing the same thing. She fucking hates it.
Yeah, can Sophia come with Telmo? Can Telmo hop on the back of Sophia like it's Zen time?
Yes.
We already did this last week, fucker.
Can I hold you softly and whisper in your ear?
And I'll put the
You can hop on.
Heck yeah.
So as you gallop across, and this one figure, his body is over here. This figure is pointing towards it. Bring him. I'm
looking real good.
As you arrive over the body, you notice it is a kind of turquoise, very pale turquoise form. It's a Triton wearing a returned mask. You can tell by the fin and the gills on the neck. But the armor that it is wearing is very familiar. He seems to be knocked out, but coming to. As you know that you are, even before the you just know that you're in the presence of Pythias.
Oh.
I recognize that trident anywhere.
Pythias, what would be Pythias' words out of his mouth as he sees Telmu standing over him?
It's not a trident right now.
It's not what?
It's not a trident.
I love it. And so as he says this, as the rest of you all realize, is there anything that you respond?
It's a friend from work. I'm gonna pat Sophia on the side, be like, "Whoa, girl, that's a friend. Don't stop it," because I don't know if did Sophia ever meet?
Yeah,
you did. Okay, I wasn't sure
summoned
the timelines. Him. Oh, you saw him return.
Yeah.
During your divine intervention. Got it.
And as this happens, you realize he's there, lying there. You can tell that they're coming after him. The figures leap into battle.
Can we use our action to lift Pythias so Pythias isn't prone?
Yes, and we crash to black and into night session. There. Good game.
Someone reaches down from Sophia's back. It's literally like 6 feet in the air still. Tiny arms.
All Sophia can think of right now is like, this is impossible. You shouldn't be back. What the fuck?
Thank you guys.
Yep.
Mal, that was a great session.
Thank Nick for that.
For the mindfuck, the THEROS Underworld one-shot last week.
Yep.
Stuff happened.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
There was a sandwich. There was some loving caresses.
There was ultra fucking lunatic speed.
Yes.
Yep. Yes.
Mal, you fucking dodged a bullet with Zen. You really did.
Oh.
What I wanted to do to you.
I heard what happened to you. I was like, oh my god. I
unfortunately did it to fucking Nick.
Oh yeah. Haste Horse Monk, let's go.
Oh man. So yes, we will pick up here in the next where you will be fighting the 3 Archons. Archons.
I want to have a picnic with Percy.
How did I get?
And this will all be happening while every round 2 people are boarded onto the ship. And
there's only 3 of them. Cast calm emotions. We can have a picnic.
So
no one ever obeys my calm emotions.
Well,
I'm ready to be like,
it's all or
Malcolm,
nothing. That's the hard part about calm emotions.
I mean, you leveled up.
Yeah, it's a tough spell for some of these beings that you use it on. It's just,
Or if we do it on a bunch of mercenaries, then they're not friends with each other technically. Then we can just kill the ones.
Because if they're resolute and it's not about emotions or they're not angry, then it doesn't really change.
It's fine. I got mass suggestion. So
oh yeah,
that's
massively suggest them to make some sandwiches.
Yeah, I'll be like, I suggest you calm the fuck down.
Okay.
suggest you go home and
These are not
reconsider
city
your life.
guards. Just let's go though.
These
By-
are
by
not the
the
droids
way-
you're looking for.
I didn't say this to you, Mal, but Zen achieved insane top speed.
Yep.
Yeah, he did.
He ran like 800 feet in one round.
That's insane.
Step of the
We-
wind
we-
plus haste. Let's go.
We literally
Oh.
bypassed his entire encounter.
Yep.
How is that? That's insane.
Because
said
what
to
I
change
wanted
the
to do
genre on
with
you.
Zen was get a fucking centaur to level 9 as a monk so I could run up walls. I mean, that's how we bypassed everything. We just ran up a 400-foot wall and kept
Yep.
going.
Wow. How did he took
And
people
yeah.
with him?
Yeah.
He took
Yeah.
he
was
took
riding
two people with him.
Zen was strong enough to carry Taroxys.
It's insane.
because he has centaurs have powerful builds, so they're twice as strong as regular creatures.
Yeah, it's good stuff. Oh,
And
man.
Like
we were
Nick
just
was like,
humans.
here's like a giant Titan thing, and it was just like, I'm fucking running
Nope,
past
no, none of that.
Yeah, yeah. I threw like like the size of like an island as a boulder from this thing because it was so massive, and I'm like, yeah, you guys can just
Yeah.
clear through this whole thing, and it was crazy.